Hello and welcome along to episode 6? 5? Episode? I did write it down earlier. Welcome to episode 5 of Academy of Shar, where we
It's 5, yeah.
continue in what my players have dubbed the Upside Down, or another dimension, or the past, or possibly the future, or something else that is wherever we are. However, to recap, we went into a ruins, specifically the ruins of the Moon Elves, where they lay their dead to rest once upon a time, to attempt to help them extract the lexicon. You were in the middle of helping them do things and learning tasks and such, when, one of you fell into a fireplace, effectively, and, came out in what we've dubbed the Upside Down. After the other 3 followed, and a good 20 minutes later, after our wonderful Cadmus Golden Skin, the intelligent wizard, spent 20 minutes trying to work out how to leave a note.
Still had no way of doing it, actually.
Of course. We all ended up in the Upside Down, as you have so dubbed it. And today I have playing with me, Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt. I am playing Ziggy, who is a forest gnome illusion wizard.
I have Jamel.
Hey guys, Jamal here playing Cadmus, a golden dragonborn transmutation wizard.
And multitasking, subscribing and welcoming himself at the same time.
Yes.
Thank you very much for a year of the Quack Pack. Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I will be playing Bartholomew Amos, who is a human conjuration wizard.
Kira.
I'm Kira, and I will be playing Zas, the lizard folk necromancy wizard.
And Alora.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm playing Aveltria, the Evocation Wizard.
And without further ado, we shall return to the Upside Down, as we so called it, because I know how desperate we are to start exploring. So, we roll over there. Thank you very much, Ben. I appreciate it. My good deed for the year. Good, I'm glad. So, we pick up where you guys entered down into the fireplace. Oh, we have some things on our screen that shouldn't be on our screen. Give me a second. Oh, no, they're there. Okay. Cool. We arrived down here. You have been briefly through the archway to check that the device was still present. Other than that, I will simply go in what I'm going to call initiative order. So right now, I'm going to ask you to roll initiative, please. You're not going to find anything, but I'd like you to roll initiative. Oh, not quite that quickly. Just give me a second. I need to click run before you do that.
Oops. Okay.
So I may ask again in a second. Oh, come on. Load up. I'm having a big problem turning it to you guys. But I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Come on. There we go. Right. My Chrome is running like a sloth. There we go. Can you roll initiative, please?
Do I have to roll it again, or can I use the same
yeah,
number?
well, just give me the number. Whatever is
Okay.
there. No, it's not. You're not going to be using this to fight anything. It's just so that we can go and explore different places as different characters. Matt.
5.
Alora.
15. No, sorry, 14.
And Jamal.
17.
Okay.
Can see why I didn't want to re-roll it, huh?
Well, it's going to make no difference. It just means that if you want to go and explore something, you can go first. So, Mr. Jamal, and where are you going and what are you doing?
First thing I want to do is go to the room where the fireplace is and have a look in there at the fireplace area.
So, as you enter this room, you see in the back left is the same bronze statue that there was before of the Elven King. At the back right, there is the throne upon which sits another Elven King. Both of these are Moon Elf depictions. You see the same... this carpet is now in perfect condition. You see the same chest, the same fireplace with a small fire burning. And you see the same lexicon device. But in the center of the room, you see one of these unusual large balls of color with swirling lights around it. The lexicon device does, however, have 3 extra rings around it. These were made of zinc, silver, and gold.
Interesting. Right. So, what's this device in the middle of the room then? Tell me a little bit more about this. What do I see with it?
Okay, so... That. It looks like that. So I've got for you.
Right. So it is just one of those.
It is a large ball of colour. It swirls around continuously. There are unusual thin lines of colour going around it. There are some vague symbols, letters, numbers, etc. Nothing about it makes any sense to you whatsoever. And it sits upon that pedestal.
Okay. I have a theory around that, but my character wouldn't know, so...
Right, okay. So we'll leave you in there poking the light. And we shall come to Aveltria. What are you doing and where are you going? Just for the record, by the way, guys, your counters are now the actual letters of your name.
Fantastic.
Yay! We got there at the end. Matt, you will be DC, obviously, not Ziggy, otherwise we'd have 2 Zs. Cool. Where are you going to go?
I'm going down to the skeleton in the crypt area.
So, down here, there are far less sarcophagi than there were before. They stand perhaps only 3 or 4 high along the wall. There is at the center of this area an urn. It is approximately 2 foot in width. Diameter, I suppose, is the way of putting it. And it's got a lid quite tightly on it. And it stands on a 3-pronged pedestal. Over at the left-hand side, you see an altar. And if you give me a religion check, you may know who the altar is to. But you may not.
12.
Okay. With a 12, you haven't got a damn clue. Well, actually, no, you might have a little bit of an inclination. You know that it's got some symbols for death in the Elven language on it, but not necessarily who that god is or anything like that.
I'm going to take some time to cast Detect Magic.
Ooh, are you looking anywhere in particular while doing this? Are you trying to identify any specific magics around, or are you just sort of what magic is in the area?
The urn is the most interesting part, but
Okay.
basically whatever's in range.
So, the urn itself gives off an aura of both necromancy and divination magic. The sarcophagi themselves have an aura of transmutation magic, which you would know to be the magic that preserves the state of the sarcophagi and also occasionally the state of what's inside them. As well as some... anyone tell me what magic school Arcane Lock is in? Abjuration? I think.
Arcane Lock is...
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure. Some Arcane Lock magic. Which is clearly upon the chests. They're each locked. So, yeah, I'll give you that. It's Arcane Lock is that spell. But the others are just... You've got the schools. Woof woof. I agree. As for... there is one other type of magic you detect, Aveltria, and this is like a fog in the air, and it is around you everywhere. And that is divination magic. But I mean, like, the sky is thick with it. like it's a smoke that you walk through. Make of that what you will. However, while you are down there investigating your urn, I shall come to Zas. Zas, you going anywhere in particular? Anything takes your mind? Bear in mind, you can go and join somebody who's already in a place and help, and continue.
My mind is still stuck on. Well, can I just take a quick look at the? I can't remember if we ascertained this last time. The bookcases are the books all rotted away.
The bookcases are in complete disrepair, as are both tables and this table here.
So then,
basically, everything that you know to have been placed there by the wizards in your current day and time, the wizards of Shar, looks rotted or perhaps dead. That's the only way I can put it. It's less present. And even as you're looking at it, these books continue to rot in front of your eyes.
So it's actively decaying.
Oh, it's actively
at a fast
decaying
pace?
and fast. Yeah. The book specifically. Perhaps you can give me an insight check there. But it's a pretty high DC. So we'll see what happens.
Nope.
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 You can't work that one out. Player or character.
No.
Okay. And then once you've sort of ascertained that information, is there anywhere in particular you'd like to...
Yeah, I wanted to return to the lexicon room. I wanted to see if I could find... What's the power source of the lexicon?
How would you like to try and ascertain that?
I know...
I think you ain't got a clue.
Yeah. I wonder if I can't... What?
There is something you would notice. It probably won't power the lexicon. But you do notice that in that ball of swirling, fiery, nighty stuff, inside the pedestal, various quite expensive gemstones are all the way around the inside of that pedestal.
Oh.
And rings of certain metals, including zinc, copper, aluminium, nickel, gold, silver, bronze, and iron, which encompasses the ones of the rings around that lexicon. So you would understand that those power at least some of the magics, and you'd probably, from that, make the leap that inside the lexicon are also certain gems imbued with certain magics. But what's powering this is 100% magic. It's just... Is it permanent magic?
Yeah.
Or is it constantly being fueled? That's something that would be difficult to ascertain. Bear in mind, the other thing that will take your eye in terms of fuel is that the fire has got a fire crackling in it, but no fuel.
No fuel. Okay. If I try to manipulate the lexicon like I was showed beforehand, does it work?
So, as you go up to it, you touch the outside ring. And you hear a very clear voice saying, "Race not recognized." It's in your mind, Cadmus, you do not hear this. But race not recognized. And the one outside ring does stop. But whereas previously when you held the outer ring, all the others stopped. Now all the rest keep moving, and they're not moving slowly enough that you'd be able to put your hand through the middle. You will end up handless. But yes, your race is not recognized, I'm afraid.
At that point, Cadmus, come here.
What's going on with this?
Touch this.
I'll do the same, see what happens.
Exactly the same.
How odd and interesting.
However, I will take an insight check from both of you as you speak to each other about it.
22.
It would be very unusual for Zas or for Cadmus to hear things in their own mind in any language other than their own.
Oh, language.
So although it told you your race wasn't recognized, it spoke to you in your own tongues.
For lizard folk, that's mostly common and draconic.
Draconic. Both of you.
Yeah, draconic for both of us. But it said
However,
race not recognized in
then
draconic.
Yeah.
However, most magic is intoned and is done with draconic language.
So,
I know draconic back and
Not
forth.
the magic of the Moon Elves. You would know that. That is an ancient Elvish.
I wonder.
then surely this cannot be ancient moon elf magic and technology, because wouldn't it try to broadcast to us in its native language of its own rather than ours?
I shall leave you
Possibly.
to pondering
Sort
that.
this magic as such.
I shall leave you to pondering that, and I shall move on to Bartholomew quickly. Josh,
Hi.
how are you going? What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to go with the skeletons with a vulture, but since that's already done,
No, it's not already
um,
done necessarily. There's plenty more to discover there.
yeah, right. I guess I'll go to the room with the other orb.
Ooh. Okay, so this room before had a large hole in it. Now it's a well. It has water in it. As you look in it, the water rises and falls within the well. Constantly, as if it is swelling. These vases and urns are all in perfect condition. And inside each of them you see dried... would you know what they are? Give me an alchemy check. So that is intelligence plus proficiency modifier, please. Because you've all got 3 and
It's a 15.
Yeah, these are herbs used for embalming. So embalming is the preservation of bodies when they are placed inside bodies, inside coffins, etc. Or when they're wrapped with in mummification, things like that. So yeah, that's the herbs.
You're telling me there's jars with brains and...
No, they're herbs used for embalming.
Oh.
So they're herbs that preserve the body, etc. And then as you move over here, you see again one of these pedestals of swirling colour. Many different symbols and a copper-like flame to it with a green base.
I want to touch it.
Okay, it's not solid. You mean the ball itself?
Yeah.
So your hand will sink into it. And
Does it
after a
feel
short while, Bartholomew, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Gnomish.
And you are human, correct?
I am indeed.
So it will speak to you in common. And it will say, race not recognized.
Racism at its finest. What does the orb feel like?
Nothing. You put your hand into
Feels like I
light.
haven't touched anything.
Yeah, you've just put your hand into light. You have cast a shadow where your hand is. And for a little while your hand blocks the light, but after a while is encompassed by it. What would Bartholomew's thought be in response to race not recognized? Would it have been racism, or would it have been anything else? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would have been racism. That's okay. But
You're calling me out. I don't know. I don't think he'd think much of it, to be honest. I mean, we don't know really what it is, what it does. Like,
right, that's brilliant.
For all he knows, it could be just an error with whatever it is, not necessarily something that leads to something else. Do you know what I mean?
This device is in perfect working condition. It informs you in common.
It talks. Siri?
It's in your head. It's in your head, but yes, it communicates with you.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna say back to it. What is your purpose?
I am a catalogue.
Catalogue of what?
Those who have died.
And is my race not found because there are no humans that have died here?
Only the Moon Elves have been here. Though they have prepared the device for others in the future.
Why are there 2 of you?
This device is unique.
How are you different to the other one?
It will repeat its sentence over and over again until you realise that what it's stating is, I am the only device that has this purpose.
So the other one doesn't do the same thing?
You would assume as much, but bear in mind the device doesn't have a conscientious acknowledgement that there is another device 2 rooms over.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to have a conversation with it.
Right, it's just a device. It doesn't recognise, my friend's over there. It's just telling you it is unique. It is the only device here that does that.
Okay, then I will ask it, what happened to the Moon Elves?
And it will begin with Alphus Abeline. This is Alfus Abeline. Died of natural causes, a disease. And then it gives the date of its death, which is approximately 4,500 years ago from your real time. And then it continues with Aberforth. Aberforth, and then it gives his surname, and it tells you that he died of a spell that misfired and shot back at him, and it will continue until you go insane.
I'll tell it to stop.
Yep.
Alexa, stop. Okay.
So basically, you've asked how did it die? How did one die here? But how did they die? But it's telling you how every single individual one died.
Yeah. Okay, then I probably won't tell me. But I'll ask it. Apart from burials, was this place used for anything else by the Moon Elves?
I do not exist in only one place. Which location do you speak of? It's not going to matter.
Was this place?
You'll give the name that the city of Shar have given it, which is the Thracial Ruins, but that's not going to help you. I do not recognize that location. It will tell you.
Okay, then I'll say the location that we are currently in.
How are you going to describe it?
Well, doesn't it know where it is?
It will tell you again. We are active in multiple locations.
How many? Oh, wait, you said there are you and others activated in multiple other places, but you said you was the only unique one.
The consciousness is unique. Each manifestation
so you
of that
can have a conversation with me. You're just being difficult.
Well, it's sort of. You were asking about the other device. It didn't understand that concept, but it does understand the concept of why are you in multiple places.
Okay.
So each device can be in many locations, but its consciousness is in multiple locations. So it doesn't know where you are. That's the important part.
Oh, okay, then I'll ask it where it is.
And it will list you approximately 350 locations.
Okay, then I'll... Okay, cool. Okay, then...
I'm gonna leave you having a chat with that dude and move on to Matt, because you'll be chatting for a long time. Ziggy, DC, where are you going? What do you want to do?
Where did we fight the things last time?
On the floor above, or... Yes, on the floor above.
Even though it's a different map, can I just, like, pretend I'm there?
You can go up there.
I'm gonna walk up there.
Okay, yeah, as you go up the stairs, you cause me to go and find my map.
We can just in our heads see the map.
Okay, yep, that's fine. Yeah, so you begin to move, you go up there and you see this huge, empty, vast chamber. And you will notice that at certain intervals are bookshelves with hundreds of records on them in perfect condition. And next to each one of those bookshelves is a desk. And then on the floor are slots, which look like they are exactly the same size as a sarcophagus. But they're all empty.
And when we fought the things, did they come out of those slots?
Oh, when you fought the things, none of this existed. It was just a huge, empty, ruined area. The ceiling had caved in. There were ruined walls, everything. It's now in pristine condition.
Hello? Is anyone here? I'm just gonna, like, shout it out.
It echoes back at you multiple times from different directions. And I know that Ziggy would probably then have a conversation with himself, but let's not roleplay that, please.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna walk back downstairs. I just wanted to see if there was, like, general about it.
Okay, so after a little while, we will return to Zas and Cadmus, who are in the lexicon room.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Race not recognized, but it speaks to us in Draconic. I wonder. I'm gonna walk out of the room and just poke my head up. Veltria, are you around?
Back here.
Okay.
Can you please join us in the lexicon, please?
Join us in Lexicon Room 1. So, Veltria, as you go over and touch it, I'm assuming that's what you're going to ask her to do.
Mm-hmm.
She'll get the same thing. She'll get race not recognized, but she'll get it in... Were you raised by elves or humans? I know I ask you this every week.
Both. I do speak Elvish.
Which language would be natural to you?
Probably common.
Then in common, it will address you and tell you race not recognized.
It's not recognized. However, this doesn't. If I look around the room, is there any sort of text around here? Any sort of runic inscriptions?
Not in this room, but in your bag, perhaps you have a book.
You're right.
Yep. And you place it on. And language of entry. Which book are you placing on?
Yeah, I'll put the language of entry on. Did I write it down?
Well, whichever language you particularly want to go in.
Oh,
So, yeah. What have you put in there? Is it your own notes?
Yeah, I'm gonna put most of my own notes, like my school notes or something like that.
And do you keep those notes in Draconic or Common?
I keep them in Draconic.
Okay, excellent. So it then will immediately tell you language of entry, Draconic.
It's still the same. Okay. I was wondering,
It
but
will
the
then-
rings don't stop, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Will
ahead.
then tell you that this book has been used in, and it will give a location that you don't understand, but it calls it Gelstania, which is spelled like this. It gives a location of Gelstania.
Does anyone know that
It
name?
gives the date of nobody will recognize that name. It gives the date of origin as the date when you first, perhaps a little while before you first purchased the book. It will then tell you that the trees were cut from Gelstania in the northeast. It will tell you that those trees were grown by farmers and etc. etc. And it will begin to give you the history of the entire book. It will then tell you where your inks were from, where your pen was from, and then it will give a little history on Zas. It will give your date of birth and your location of birth, and then it will talk about your parents, and it will say where they were born, and it will tell you where your grandparents were born. And it will continue to read every bit of information that could possibly ever be linked in the slightest to this book, until eventually you would go insane.
So I wonder if
But
I
that's
see
only
that
if you're touching it. As soon as you let go, it will just stop dead.
I'll just stop. Okay, as I do that, is there a way that I can figure out? I can make it decipher itself, or actually,
Clever, but I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't want to cause a feedback loop and it blows up. I'll just suggest everybody else. Have you guys noticed anything weird here? I mean, other than that, we're back in time. Has anything else jumped out at you?
We're surrounded by divination magic, and there's an urn in the back that is glowing with necromantic and divination magics.
Yeah, can I head that way?
Yeah. And we will move on to Aveltria, because obviously,
Mhm.
at this point, Cadmus, are you going to follow them?
There's one thing I would like to do before I follow them.
Okay.
That chest in a corner. I
Yep.
just want to have a little look at that.
It is exactly the same.
locked still?
It is still. So you imagine this is as if it's built into the ground, right?
Yep.
It's unliftable. It's all one piece. It
They're
looks-
exactly the same as the other chest.
Yep. Yes,
Yep.
it is identical. It might be a tiny bit cleaner, but that's about it. Would you then like
Right.
to follow them down?
Yeah.
Great.
I
Okay.
just wanted to
Aveltria.
see if there was any clues or anything I could see in the chest, but no, not happening.
Mm-hmm. Aveltria, what are you doing?
I don't know if we should touch it or mess with it at all, but it's radiating magic.
I see you're in. The mist is all around us, correct?
You can only see that if you are casting detect magic, but that is Aveltria will be able to inform you that it is so. Yep.
Okay. I will ritual class detect magic.
Mhm.
This way I can get a notice of it.
You also notice that the air is thick with divination magic, and that this urn is sparkling with necromancy and divination magic.
I'll step up to it. Does anyone have a any sort of potion or anything just in case?
Potion of what are you looking
Any
for?
of
Save my ass.
of he- pretty much of healing, just in
I
case.
have one. I have one. That is all.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will
I
step
will-
back.
Yeah. Please step back. Using with the detect magic, I want to cast. I also want to ritual cast identify on the urn. No hints.
What you get is that it is a urn made of ceramics and silver,
Yeah.
and it's inlaid with gold. The urn itself doesn't contain any magic. Well,
It's what's inside
the urn
urn.
itself isn't magic. Yeah.
It isn't magic. Okay. What I'll do is I'll Thavium, would you mind stepping into the urn? And I'll let my white-scaled pseudo-dragon slip down off my shoulder. I'm sorry for what I'm asking you to do.
It's going to try and take off the lid.
Yes.
And what's his strength, please?
Well, pseudo-dragons aren't that strong.
So this is a 2-foot lid, yeah, of 2-foot diameter lid of ceramic, gold, and silver.
He's not taking that off.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. All
right.
Yeah, it's going to take
alternative.
Yeah. Go on.
I should. You said 2 foot, 2 foot sort of sphere, yeah, or 2 foot circle.
It's a lid, yes.
Yeah,
So
2 foot, a 2 foot
They
circle.
don't tend
lid
to be
is
spherical, but go
so,
on.
well, of a spherical one, a lid of a spherical one, yeah, roughly.
Sure, maybe, kind of. It's like half an egg, but we'll go with it.
Right. So it's not going to be that massively heavy.
It would be easily liftable by a human or
a
dragon.
few kilos.
What I'll do is
It will be.
I'll mage hand it.
I'll
So you
say
think
it
a
would
few of
be
us combined can
70
mage hand
pounds.
70. Okay.
it's too much.
Gold is heavy, really heavy, and this isn't thin. It's like it's
Oh, so it's solid.
thick set. Well, you imagine not only is it the flat of its lid, it's also got a bit pointing down inside. Spoiler alert! And it also goes up into a handle up on the top that is quite ornate and quite large. It's liftable by a human, but like, yeah, it's not light.
Okay. So first.
Can
plan.
I just remind you that your book weighs 5 pounds?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. First plan.
Mhm.
I'd like to try to adjust the weight of the lid.
That will not work at all.
It not at
No.
all.
In fact, give me a Arcana check as you do it.
That's a 12.
Yeah, your spell doesn't even reach within a foot of it.
Okay.
It's just blocked as if by some invisible force field around it.
Okay.
Okay, so we cannot.
Actually, that will let you discover something. As you do that, you notice that a rune is sort of glows briefly under the urn in the ground, and then it goes away again.
What does the rune look like roughly? Do I have any idea?
No, not a clue.
Not a clue. Right.
You might just about be able to discern that it's ancient elvish runes for magic. But the impression you get is that it's an anti-magic field.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not letting any magic come in.
Okay.
Right.
It seems like some sort of magic can touch it. Just have the potion handy. I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to attempt to lift the lid.
Yeah, okay. You'll be able to do that. And as you lift it, you put it down on the floor, or you just hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm going to just hold on to it. I'll just hold on to it and just kind of like peer in.
Okay. What you see is akin to a brazier. And what is burning here, the fuel of it, is like the purest of diamonds. It's lots and lots and lots of clear gemstones. And they are sort of there, and there is a heat going through them. As you look at it, you sort of see a blue wispy smoke coming off the top of it. That's about it.
I'm gonna turn and cast message to Ziggy and Bartholomew, just letting them know what's up in case they want to join it.
Yeah, and at that point, I think we will go on to Bartholomew, who's currently having a chat with Siri.
Yeah, I'll exit the room, get Ziggy, and bring him down to everyone.
Okay. You're going down to them. Cool. Ziggy, is that okay, or are you wanting to go anywhere else first?
I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to do something else first.
Yep. Okay, in that case, we'll follow Ziggy first. Where are you going to go, Ziggy?
I'm just going to go into the room with the fireplace.
Yep.
I'm just going to kneel down next to the fireplace and reach
hot.
my hand out. I'm going to reach my hand out and I don't get sucked in.
No, it's just very hot. There is a
All
flame.
right, That is all. I'll go join him now. Although
Okay.
I see the books are decaying, right? As I walk past.
Those books, yes.
So I'm gonna look at myself. I'm gonna look at myself. Am I also decaying?
No.
Okay.
Clever though. No, as you all go down here, you all see that this urn is burning gemstones. Bartholomew, you're +5 in history, correct?
Yeah.
Does anybody have higher than that? Bartholomew,
6.
Oh, you got a +6? Okay, Cadmus, that does make more sense as well, which is quite pleasing. Cadmus, can you give me a history check, please?
Yeah, that's an 8.
Bartholomew, give it a go. I'm only going to let you two roll for it because you two are proficient in it. Is anybody
Never
else?
sent a nerd to do a Joker's job.
Is anybody else proficient in history?
And that 24 25.
Oh, well, great.
Fuck me.
Right, you do remember a couple of things that you've read in the rituals of the Moon Elves. You know that they burnt the skulls of the dead down to dust. This is because they believed that the soul inhabited the brain and they wanted to make sure it was able to get out and be free.
And that dust is made into diamonds.
No.
Damn it.
No, their brains don't burn down into diamonds.
You just said that's skulls.
Yes, their skulls and brains and such are not made of diamonds. So their whole head will be placed in this urn. None of you understand why the diamonds, but perhaps it's just a sterile environment. I'll give you that with an @20. It's a magical way of burning, that's all. But what would be burnt in here are the skulls. The heat is extreme.
Okay, well, before I say that to people, I'll tell everyone that I figured out what the orbs do.
What?
They record the deaths of people in an area. So I put my hand in it, and it told me that my race wasn't registered. But I think that's because no humans have died here. There's also lots of these orbs in.
You've missed a key bit of information when I was giving you that. It didn't give you the deaths of people who had died here. It gave you the deaths of moon elves that had died all over the place, not just in this location.
Okay, fine.
So it has no record of a human death at all.
Yeah, so because humans, but then
because the moon elves haven't buried humans.
Okay, did you give me that information?
Sort of. It told you it was in multiple locations simultaneously, and it also would have, and I didn't tell you this, but it would have told you where the people were buried. And I didn't think that information was going to be necessary, but it would have told you that people were buried in and then give names of locations.
Okay, then it's because they've not buried humans. That's why I didn't recognize my race. Also, there are lots of these all over the world, but they all share one quote-unquote consciousness.
Do you remember these locations?
Yes. I remember all locations, all 300 of them, Zas. Of course I don't.
Oh my god.
You will have remembered the first one, I will say, which was Acalia.
Acalia.
And you would also remember Justania. Justania was, given us the location of Zas's book. Zas, it did give the location Yakan for your birth, so it did recognize that.
It did. So the thing is, it's weird, is the lexicon in the other room. I presented my book, and it was to tell me everything. However, it gave me the date of origin that I have acquired the book, which means that it's able to either know information in between time, or maybe we're not really out of time.
Maybe.
Couldn't that be the divination magic that's in the air?
Yeah, possibly. You said it's a mist that's... I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Thick mist of divination magic.
So, I'm trying to be cheeky here, but I can't shape water and turn it into like a liquid, could I?
It's only when you're casting detect magic. It is just everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
It might be what is making you out of time, or up in the upside down, or
And the
in
upside
an
down.
extra dimensional portal, or time warped away, or whatever it is you want. I think you guys have missed two key pieces of information. There is another orb in here. Yeah, that we haven't interacted with. And there is a door here. We did say that last episode, but I've realized that maybe it needs repeating. There is a door
Oh,
over here. I suddenly realized that maybe you guys have forgotten that bit.
Wait,
you
where's
saw
it?
it. It is here. In the last episode, it was a door that was covered from caving ins from the wall. That may lead down to the 3rd level.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
If I were to, do this, if I were to do the same thing that Bartholomew did and touch it, and first of all, am I still conscious, or am I like, if I asked them where all the locations that it is located?
Let's not if. Let's find out. Which one are you going to?
I'm going to the right one.
Okay, you're going to the one he's used. Okay.
Yes.
As you put your
want
hand in, it will tell
Wait,
you
wait,
race not
wait, wait.
recognized.
Oh, but I can't ask it. But I can't. It doesn't speak back to me.
Find out. What are you asking it?
Okay. What location? I don't want to say what locations are you located at, but like, what locations do you service? That's basically what I'm asking.
Oh, I see. Jamal, I don't really have a way of... Let me just put the party location on it. There's a door here. Sorry, I thought you were looking at the over image.
Right, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I was,
it will list all the locations, that none of which will make any sense to you.
Okay,
the
so
ones
what
that
I
stick in
wanted-
your head are like Acalia. The next one is Thrasio.
So what I want to do is, it'll probably take forever. I know people want to
That's
move on. I want to cast Unseen Servant and then give it my notebook, and I'll just start listing out the
That's fine.
locations as I hear them.
Absolutely fine.
And
Yeah.
and have my Unseen Servant write them all down.
Okay.
And
You
then
do
I'll-
notice two things as you begin to put everything together. First of all, these are in elven naming patterns, so you know that every location is a moon elf location. Secondly, a couple of the locations ring a minor bell in, like, they were places of ancient ruins, or names of ancient ruins. He's not giving you the country, he's giving you the name of the actual building.
Actual ruin.
Yeah. So that's why you don't recognize any of them, because, well, hey, none of them exist in your time period.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you manage all of that, do you want to ask it anything else? That it might be able to answer. It doesn't have any feelings.
You can go to somebody else currently, I have to think.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly offer Bartholomew the opportunity to go somewhere else. Bartholomew, do you want to go anywhere else?
I mean, I was going to tell everyone about the urn, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, you would have told them all about the urn.
Um,
Used for burning dead people's heads.
You said that like there's somewhere I should go.
Okay, right, that's fine. If there's not somewhere very specific that you want to go that I thought you would want to go to, that's fine.
I don't think so. Although I would like to message Zas and tell it to ask its name.
I'll do so.
Name? We are a catalogue. We do not have a name.
Catalog.
Our name
When
is our
are we?
Purpose. When are we? The first recorded death is, and he'll give you a date that is 6,000 years in your past.
I'm spinning wheels.
That didn't provoke a second question.
6,000. So I'm just gonna.
I will provoke you to ask the other question. He told you the first recorded death was 6,000 years ago.
Oh yeah,
To
when was
ask
the
when the
last
last
recorded?
recorded death is.
You know, that was the question I was gonna ask before. I was like, who's the last one to die? But
Okay.
yeah.
And it will tell you of Mystalia Aramain. And that is a really important name, so I'm going to write it down here.
Yeah, I spelled it right.
She gave her life for the memory of the Moon Elves. And she is buried in all 312 locations. One little part of her is buried in all 312 locations.
Okay, that's
Wait,
weird.
And then she will tell you something else. Interred before death.
Was that part of her sacrifice?
Yes.
She's the orb.
She gave her life so that the Moon Elves may never be forgotten.
And that's what this
Date
catalog
of
is.
death, 1,900 years ago. Which you would know to be the date of the last Moon Elves. Like, the Moon Elves have been gone for approximately 2,000 years.
All right. I'll remove my hand.
Mhm.
And I'll rejoin everybody else.
Okay. Why don't you go and poke another orb and find out, Jamal?
Unfortunately, I can't go and poke that orb because that orb happens to be in another campaign. I'm thinking.
Oh
of,
no,
you
I
know.
just meant poke another orb, not the other orb. No, I accidentally gave that to Bartholomew's history, forgetting that this campaign was in the past, not the future. Yes, that orb you speak of is in the future, so no one can poke it, and you wouldn't know of it.
Yes.
Okay, does nobody... I'm going to ask this nice and blankly as a DM. Does nobody want to poke the other orb and see if it does the same thing?
Well, I
give
want
it-
to.
You know
I
what?
wanna-
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Why not?
Great, let's
What's
send
the worst
Cadmus
that
over here. As you put your hand in Race Not Recognized, and you've been told exactly what the other orb does, what would you like to ask this orb?
You're linked to a collective, yes? One consciousness among many.
Yeah.
How many of you? How many of you of these devices of you are in this area, this building as such?
I do not know which location you are in.
Right.
Please give the name of your location. You don't know where you are. Do you want to ask it anything
Yeah.
else?
Okay. Well, that's all I can think of right now.
I will
Yeah.
ask it something.
Great! Please do.
Okay, great. I'm gonna stick my hand in it and say, "Are you Mistela?"
Miss Dahlia is not one that we catalogued.
Why not?
There is no Mistalia Aramain alive right now.
Well, if she's dead, why wasn't she catalogued like all the others are?
I do not
This is before
catalogue
we're
the dead.
Do you catalogue?
The living.
Oh.
That's why there's two of them. And they didn't need them 8 foot away from each other doing the same
Right,
job.
right, right. So one's for the living, one's for the dead. Okay, then, are there any surviving moon elves?
Yes.
Where and how many? Their names, hobbies. Thank you.
He will give you only a name. Nastantia.
Really hoping you'd say Ziggy.
Nastantia. Location unknown.
Location unknown. Okay, cool. How old are they? Gender, appearance.
Birth date, and she will give you a date 3,000 years ago. And that is the only information that he has, apart from the last location she was known to be in, which is Akela. And this was 1,950 years ago, which is 50 years before Miss Thalia died.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach out and touch the thing. Current location of Cadmus Golden Skin. See if it recognizes me.
Thracia.
Thracia.
Well, that is spelled like this. And will in
Crack in
fact
taste.
tell you that it's Thracia, first level Western Chamber.
Whew.
First level Western Chamber. Can you list the people alive in Thracia First Chamber currently?
That is not in our capabilities. It's a nice thought, though.
I would
Okay.
join them.
Yeah, of course you can. Both of you can. I just wanted to make sure that nobody didn't get to explore a place they wanted to explore before we proceeded. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so as you are all witnessing, well, you're all hearing Cadmus repeat everything that's being said to him, or Bartholomew, or anybody else who wants to poke it.
I'm gonna stick my hand and touch it. I'm just gonna say, what caused the moon elves to die? Wait. Don't answer.
Just stay silent.
It
doesn't know that. It doesn't even know who or what that question is.
Who was the person who brought us on this expedition in the first place that we came in here with?
Karina, but you don't know her surname.
Shit.
So unless you want 4,500 answers. You do, however, know that Matthias Lagon came with you, for example? Or Evandria?
Okay, let's go with current location of Matthias Lagon.
And it will tell you that it is Thracia, first level, Eastern Chamber.
Hmm.
Exactly where Zas is right now is by logic.
How did Miss Thalia Aramain die?
We do not catalogue the dead. We catalogue the
Oh,
living.
I'm gonna go join Zas. I'm at the wrong
Yep.
one.
However, he did tell Zas that Mestalia Aramain, or perhaps, it was Zas, that Mestalia Aramain gave her life
For the memory of the Moon Elves.
for the memory of the Moon Elves. So she buried a little bit of herself in 312 locations, and she was interred before death.
Oh,
Whatever that
goodness.
means.
So then I'm gonna ask this one: why did she have to give her life?
She chose to give her life, so that the Moon Elves' memory might live on forever.
How does her dying do that?
Her memory lives in all of the locations of the Moon Elves' burials. If you are attuned to them, you can walk within them.
So are her memories in Thracia, first level, something?
Her memories are in all burial locations.
How do we find her memories?
That is not
Unless we're
something I
currently
can answer.
living in her memories.
That is not something the orb can answer, but you can perhaps answer.
I have cracked the case. We are currently in her memories.
With that
Her memories.
information, Zas and Veltria, as you remember your divination magic fog around you, when Ziggy tells you this, it might provoke memories of when you have been, when you've used detect thoughts. It is the same fog that surrounds you. You are indeed walking in Miss Stalia's memories.
How the fuck did you figure that one out?
Because I'm a great student.
Good job, Ziggy.
Fuck, you know.
I didn't think it was all that complicated, but maybe it is. Can I assume that we will revamp, regroup, everything? I don't know why we'd revamp, but yes. Reconvene. Yes? Or
Yeah.
Okay, you may ask questions of either pillar from wherever you are. Does anybody want to poke the lexicon anymore?
There's
I'm
Forget
ready
her
to move on
memories.
when everyone else is.
How do we get out?
I think I know what happened. I think, even though Mastalia is dead, she's also still alive, and she protected us because something bad was coming and put us in our memories to help save whatever's going on to everyone else. And we have to find whatever she brought us here to find, which we haven't found because we're standing in one room.
I tell you what, I'm going to carry on as Ziggy. Ziggy, do you want to take over my role? Like, nice work.
I'm fucking... I
He's
don't know
just-
how to
he's
feel.
just
I don't know
reading-
how the
he's
fuck
just-
you figured that.
I'm just wondering whether I've published my notes in a Microsoft document somewhere. Like, put that down. Anyway, he does make a point. If you wish not to explore anywhere else, you may wish to perhaps go through the door. Yes?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
I think we should leave Ziggy in charge right now. It's a great idea. So, as we...
It's never a good idea.
That's not what I'm looking for. That's what
I think
I'm
we're
looking
all just kind of in shock at the moment.
Aren't we just? So, we come out of... I need to close off the Z's, I need to close off the ruins, and I need to open up that... There we go. You enter into a room shrouded with mist. Now, I will describe this room in sections, so I'm going to move the party count around, despite the fact that you're not going anywhere. Okay, these little things here are just braziers. They produce light. They don't do anything else. These 2 blue orbs are similar in nature to the ones that you saw up the top, the catalogs, but they're much smaller and a lot plainer in colour. These golden orbs upon what appears to be an altar of some sort are set slightly into the table, and they are swirling constantly with symbols. Over here you see 2 chairs, 2 sofas, and on this chair you see a woman sat. In the center you see a lexicon like the one above, but this one has 14 circles around it. Not the 3 in the original one you saw, not the 5 that you saw up above, but 14.
Fucking hell.
Okay. And
What does this woman look like?
like an elf, but greyer of skin, with much pointier, longer ears, and hair of the purest silver. Her eyes are deep violet. She stands almost 7 foot tall.
Hello, Miss Dahlia.
Miss Dahlia is dead.
Oh.
Are you Nastancia?
That is I.
Who?
Nastancia, the last, the living moon elf.
Mm-hmm.
How did you survive?
I didn't. Though, enough of me lives on that I am catalogued as living.
What happened to your people?
A sickness, a plague. Plague of the mind. As we strove to delve too far into the depths of magic, we became taken by that which was beyond. We began to be able to see beyond where we should be able to see. I lived because I refrained from this practice. I never peeked into the realms of the dead. I never peeked into the realms of the fugue plane. I never seek to see the future. But as age began to take me, I preserved myself in 2 places. If those 2 places were... If the parts of me in those 2 places were to be reunited, I could live once more. But I seek to wait until I can find a way of returning my people to life. You currently walk right now in Miss Dahlia's memories. I spent a year with her before I left. She was the last of our people apart from myself. She spent the last 50 years of her life attempting to store parts of our memory in places all over the world of Mazrah.
What do we know of the Moon Elves' civilization and their customs?
Died mysteriously 2,000 years ago. Most magical artifacts that are discovered that are beyond the comprehension of mortals nowadays were made by the Moon Elves, or appear to be of Moon Elf architecture.
I more meant, like, were they nice people? Were they...
Oh, very much so. Yeah, they are the forefathers of the High Elves, I guess. They're, yeah, very natural
I was just wondering
beings.
if we should, start
Scram?
this extension now.
But she will inform you that the problem with this memory is that something comes. You have only an hour or so before it arrives and the memory ends.
What is it?
It is the beast that devoured Miss Dahlia eventually from within. That took all of our people, the plague, upon her mind.
So the plague can take a physical...
No, you walk in her memories.
You're essentially in her mind.
So you're in her mind, and the plague that was eating her mind will manifest in her memory. If that makes any sense.
It repeats.
Yeah, over and over and over again. Exactly that. Thank you.
Nastancia.
It's not something we can fight.
God, no.
Right.
No, it just stops the memory.
Nastancia, this room, are we outside of the memory?
No.
Or do you also tend to restart from here?
The memories of Miss Dahlia, that she has placed in these locations are laced with magic. Although I exist only as a fragment of her memory here, I can interact with you as I would have once back then.
We see.
I do not retain knowledge of other visitors.
Ah, I understand. Well, before we were spirited away, we had people that were in danger. We must get back. How do we
That
get
is
out of this
likely.
memory?
That is probably the way you were able to access this memory. Those that are close to death or feel close to death find themselves slipping into the memories of the Moon Elves, especially if you were in contact with one of the lexicons.
I see.
How do we bring you back with your other half?
The part of me that is here, you would have to visit outside of the memory and hope that it is still present. I do not know where it is, but if you find it, I will be able to communicate with you. Thus, it should be in the same location that you are in the memory. You will not be able to miss it.
Then how do we go back into outside of the memory, the fireplace that we came in through?
I do not know of your capabilities, but I can tell you that the memory will end in 53 minutes.
But can we come back to the memory?
Perhaps if your magic is sufficient and your understanding is sufficient.
Close to death. Someone died. Perhaps.
Sorry. That's, give me a proper chuckle, Jamel. Thanks.
Perhaps I can actually bring us back here. As long as we're close to death and my ability with necromantic magics, perhaps I can jumpstart the memory to come back.
How old are you, wizard?
Not that old.
I know not a lot of your people. You're a newer, younger race. But it would surprise me greatly if one of your age was able to re-access the memories. It may be a result of somebody who died near you with stronger magics.
Okay.
Give me an insight check at this moment, please.
Mhm.
Whoever's got your insight stacked up. Who,
Yeah,
does,
mine's
Saying
like
if we
shit.
have to kill a teacher.
who does have the highest passive insight? Do we know? I know Veltri
Not
has a
me.
12. Is that the highest? Did you all just
Mine is-
neglect your wisdom scores?
Mine was a 13. For,
Yeah, but
passive
you don't have
wisdom
any
insight.
feelings. Veltri, give me an
I did
insight
roll
check.
21.
Fantastic, that's what I'm looking for.
Wow.
Not you as a person, you as a character, okay?
No, you just called the Norman Bates. That's what you just did.
Regardless, Veltria, you are easily able to work out that... Actually, no, do you know what? I'll give a Veltria's roll to Cadmus, because I think he's the only one that saw the Battle Mage die.
No,
That Battle Mage was the trigger then, I'm assuming.
Yes, you would guess that him or one like him, far more powerful than you magically, and also elvish, which would help.
So they have to be of elvish descent and have strong magics and die, not to be close to death. I was thinking close to
you've
death.
got to remember it was access before he died. So no, it's close to death.
Close to death. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I was thinking. Like, what if I, slit my wrist or something, and then
If your magic was strong enough, sure. But whether your magics are strong enough and your understanding of the placement of the magic is close enough. Without the elven gap, I will tell you for free, you would have to make a big leap to be able to work it out. However, you can also, she will tell you, interact with the items here. They may give you more information than I can.
You've
Raise my hand.
mentioned
Go on, Aveltria.
trying to save your people. How do you think you could? They're long dead. I'm sorry, but they are.
Many of my brethren put themselves into things that were not bodies. If the plague was removed, we spent hundreds of years before finally giving in, storing our bodies and our souls and our minds in places that they could be retrieved from if the plague was cured. I was the secret keeper, the law keeper. I know where they were all interred, where they were all preserved. These secrets do not exist in any of our lexicons. No, she's not an orb. That's the whole. That's exactly what she's just told you. These secrets are not preserved in any of those little balls of consciousness. They are only in her brain.
This process seems like it could be very much walking the line between bringing them back and undead moon elves.
Bring
Very
back only
thin
their
line.
consciousness. You could perhaps bring their consciousness back into their bodies.
Nastansha,
Hmm.
were the moon elves practicing, although I know you lived for quite a while, were they practicing ways of elongating life?
Moon elves do not die of natural causes, other than disease and illness. We would have no reason to do so.
Wow,
I
I would
understand.
like to change my race, please, to a moon elf.
Well, I mean, regular high elves don't age either.
Yeah.
But they can die of natural causes.
So can moon elves, but they don't die of natural
No.
old age. They can die of illness, of disease, of being shot in the face by a bow, falling off a
Hit by a
cliff.
car.
Yeah, they just don't die of age.
I mean, that's how I killed them.
I think at the mention of that, I'll start to investigate these things. We have 50 so minutes or whatever, but I'm assuming what I got
47.
from that 47 minutes. Well, first I would talk to everybody. So, do you think the way of exiting this place is? We have to figure out a way to exit. If I don't know if we're stuck here when this beast returns.
Seems like it just means that we'll be returned in
Yeah, I'll give you that for free,
45
Avelcher.
minutes.
I'll give you that for free. It's just the memory will end, therefore you will be returned to your plane of existence.
So,
If you ever.
I have a
Nastansha.
DM question.
Yep.
How long has it been since we first cast mage armor?
Ooh.
it's been 6,000 years.
Excellent question.
Yeah, sort of. It's been minus 2,000 years. Time is not passing in this area. Your mage armor is not present. It's not fading. It's not doing anything. It's also
it-
relevant.
Before we got to this area.
3.5 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Did this
I've got that bit of
disease?
information, but I can't tell you whether your magic. Basically, your mage armor doesn't exist in this place that you are.
Did this disease include your eyes going all white?
No. Why her eyes white?
Our eyes went all white when we before we entered the memory. Some of us.
I'm afraid you've confused two different things. From a DM standpoint, that was possession by the undead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was the same
Had
disease.
nothing
or
to do
not.
with the moon elves. No.
The undead
So-
wasn't moon elves?
No, none of them. Sorry, I thought that was clear. No, none of them were moon elves. They just were drawn to places where death, the line between life and death, is thinner.
One last question from me before I start to investigate everything here. So, if this is a memory, and you may not know the answer to this question, outside of this memory, how does time pass? Does time pass normally, or?
I'm not sure I understand the question as a human. What?
I think I get what you mean.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so
is an
previously-
hour in the memory
One at a
also
time!
an hour in the real world?
No. No time is passing in the real world. At all.
So everything's like frozen then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
will
really wanted to know.
You will return from this memory at the exact moment you entered it.
Is that them? Okay.
So 30
That's-
minutes of looking to find a note, he didn't even fucking need one.
And I'm gonna go check the other rooms.
As you go over to the blue orb, she will tell you that this is a consciousness is being built. This is Miss Thalia's work. She is building up the orbs that store her memories.
This is the network.
No. You speak of the catalogs of life and death, correct?
Yes,
No.
this is something different.
No, this is Miss Thalia's memories alone. She
see.
created these orbs here and then stored them all over Mazrea. You stand in Thracia. It is the most sacred of our tombs of interment. Only royalty were interred in Thracia.
Mm.
And she will then tell you that these golden orbs are listening orbs. Those catalogs you spoke of, this is where the
Yes.
information is put into them. There
I
are
see.
orbs like these at the altars of every single burial chamber of the Moon-Elves. When a Moon-Elf dies, the families of the dead will take the books of their memories and of their lives, their friends as well, and they will speak well of them and speak of them. Simple information like their birth date, their places of existence, their living, but also more important things such as what they did in their lives and whose hearts they touched. All of this information is recorded in the catalogs.
So, when they lose a loved one, they manually come to these orbs, speaking to them so that everything's recorded.
Mm-hmm. That is all that our catalogs do, is repeat information that has been recorded. However, that device behind you, she should gesture towards and that is one of our lexicons. Each one of those circles around it is the life of a Moon-Elf. Somebody gave their life to become one of those rings. Only 3 of these are in existence. This is the largest. They are what allows us to record information more quickly, either by reading books, documents, but also by understanding histories. The first of our devices was only 3 rings. It was able to communicate different languages, and also retain the information of any book placed upon it, any text. The second of these read the history of the items, and of those that made it. This one here, this reads the magic and the soul of a being.
Mm. So, may I?
May you what?
That's it.
Put your information into a orb that existed prior to your current time of existence?
I know
That would
it's
be an interesting convolution of time, would it not?
I know it's ridiculous, but
Touch it, see what happens.
I will do so.
And here, because you now know you are in a memory, your hand goes straight through it. Unfortunately, she's given you the one piece of information that allowed you that stops you from interacting with the items.
Mm-hmm.
You would find the same
shit.
if you went upstairs. As soon as Ziggy said that was when your ability to commune with items became a no-go. Just on a side
have
note,
modified memory, maybe?
just on a side note, if you had have been upstairs and looking around when Ziggy gave you that piece of information, all of the things that you'd seen that were from your world and time would have disappeared. Those were remnants of your own memory being placed upon hers.
Being
and dying.
projected, I see. Hmm. So
I'm gonna try and touch her hand or something. Do I go through her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know if anybody else has entered this area in the waking world?
I do not retain memories of previous visits. I apologize. It is
So
as
you're gonna
frustrating
forget
for me
us.
as it is for you. I do not forget, nor do I remember. I am only a fragment of a memory. I retain only the information I had at this moment in time in my life. But
All memory.
find my soul that is interred upon within an item you cannot miss. A globe of pure light. If it is still present, find it.
Okay, but in the non-memory world,
Mm-hmm.
the room that leads to this one is caved in, right?
This whole chamber entrance was caved in.
I see.
Time is slipping away from us. Soon the manifestation will come.
We need to think about what we're going to do when the memory ends.
I know what you're gonna do.
Probably fight for our very lives.
Sounds about right.
Vulture, did you had an idea, or
Well, we don't know where exactly we'll come out. After all, we were all basically in the same place when we entered.
Yes.
I think if we all send out our familiars immediately to scout the area, just so we know where everybody is, find out who needs help the most.
Yes. Oh, wait. I don't think Cadmus gave me that information.
Would I, in the waking world, the room that leads to this one that's caved in, is there any part of the room that doesn't have rubble on it?
Huh?
Like, could I misty step into the room?
I don't think you. I mean, you can try. I'll give you that. You can try.
Okay, cool.
What do you need to do to help you and your people when we leave the memory?
Sorry, Ziggy, can you repeat that?
What do you need us to do to help you and your people once we leave this memory?
Find the interred part of my soul. There's a ball of bright light, like a crystal.
You said
ball.
there's a.
You can't miss it.
You said there's a second part though.
I will only give the location of the second part to somebody who locates the first.
Do you know of another way into this chamber, if the way's blocked?
You cannot travel by magic means? What is this blocked?
Unless you want to teach
physically? Physically blocked?
Yes.
You cannot enter this chamber physically.
Then how?
How did you get here?
I teleported.
By your own magic or by something?
By my own magics. You cannot do this?
I can misty step, but not just anywhere I like.
She looks confused for a moment. To get here physically, you would have to break down the borders of magic that protect this room.
And how do we do that?
At first, they'll manifest in physical means. You will struggle to find the room. Perhaps it will look like it is faded away, or is broken or decrepit, or perhaps an entrance would appear blocked when it is not.
Or caved in, perhaps.
Exactly, that would be a manifestation. Secondly, you will have to break down the magical barriers that block you from going in. These are both physical and mental. You will struggle to believe the room is in existence. Entering physically would be incredibly uncomfortable, even for the creator of the room.
Uncomfortable or dangerous?
Uncomfortable. Pushing one's brain to believe...
Or painful.
Pushing one's brain to believe something that it does not perceive is a difficult process.
But possible.
Very much so. You merely have to be firm in your belief and not believe that others tell you. Which is often easier in the case of humans than it is in the case of the Moon Elves.
So it's kind of like in book 1 when Harry sees the Weasleys go through the wall in platform 9 and 3/4, and he's like, what? They just ran through a wall. It's kind of like that.
It's easier if you run.
It is easier if you run, that is correct, she will tell you. But there is also the nature of the physical barriers. You will need magic powerful enough to break them down. Otherwise, running will be quite painful.
Well, we have teachers for that.
We had.
Teachers, you are
The
students?
teachers might be dead.
You are students?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You see that she does, like, the elven akin of rolling her eyes as she just sort of bites her lip and nods her head down a little. Well,
we aren't just any students, we're
have.
second-year students.
Mm-mm.
I do not find this reassuring, no.
Well, I'm best friends with a princess, if that counts for anything.
Is she an elf?
Gosh.
She? No, she's not.
Human royalty.
My best friend back home is an elf. I'm from Keurig. Do you know where Keurig is?
Keurig? I can't say I do.
Wait, Ziggy, you have other best friends. What?
Yes, I have a lot of best friends.
I'm
Don't
hurt.
worry. We'll save
That
the leg
is
on.
face.
I'm just shaking my head at this. Just,
Oh, it's like that's the biggest twist of the whole plot is Ziggy has other friends. He just looks like that can't be. Nevertheless, you have 12 minutes left in the memory.
There's a wealth of information here. I feel like we're just losing out on it.
You speak like an elf.
I don't know if to take that as a compliment or not.
Of course, it's a compliment. What else could it be?
I'm sorry. My mind is
She
elsewhere.
looks like you're inferior, idiot.
That's what I said. I don't know if I look at it as a compliment or not.
Yeah, he's telling you that you, for one split second, appeared slightly more useful than you usually do. I'm gonna say, take it as a compliment. But yes, quite correctly, she is. I can ask. I can perhaps help you in your returning.
Yeah, I want to ask you something. How do you plan on I know that you said that the elves to bring them back. How exactly are you planning that?
So, different moon elves stored their consciousness and their bodies in different ways. Some within items, rings, soul stones, etc. Some within more. I don't know how to explain to you without giving too much away, but within more natural means, connected to spirits, etc. And our bodies are interred in various different ways, some preserved forever.
I have a slightly off-topic question.
Yeah, go on.
Is that what Chiavo's book is?
That's a wonderfully interesting question that you should ask while playing Bildania.
yes. Yes, that is a question you should ask while playing Bildania.
I'd love to, but Sebastian doesn't know anything about the moon.
No, he doesn't.
So from what Nastasia told us, that each ring and many different other artifacts here are probably made with the sheer life essence of moon elves. Does that mean, as a necromancer, I can manipulate those? I can siphon from them?
No, they've given their life into the full creation of an item. Once the item is completed, it's no longer alive.
Oh, that is understood.
Not Zaz trying to suck out the souls of people for his own use.
Do you see the bugs in my jar here?
Yeah, he's just looking at it. He's like, I know you
Bugs.
want
Just
to
look at them
bring
and they're all
them
dead on the
back,
dead at the bottom of the jar. Anyway, the time is running out. She does offer you a bit of assistance with your return. Usually, if you have accessed these memories, you will have gone to one of the spaces outside of what is visually apparent within an area. Did you perhaps step through a doorway to nowhere? Or a hole that never ended?
Fireplace.
Fireplace.
Ah, yes, a hole that never ended. You have stepped outside of the material plane, the cognitive plane. Into the cognitive plane, into the plane of the mind. You will return to that exact moment, that exact place. In that realm, you will only be able to exist for moments, so please step into your material plane as quickly as you can. But when you do, expect there to be death nearby.
Is it the man?
I hope Matthias is okay.
Death nearby, more than just the death I witnessed by any chance.
Usually,
Well, I say witnessed, I didn't actually witness, but witnessed the evidence of.
do your people regularly die of natural causes suddenly and violently in front of you?
Sometimes. But
What?
this was definitely not that.
Lying.
Yeah,
Unless you speak of dysentery.
Yeah,
logic-
exactly. Things
yeah.
like that.
The logic that she's explaining is that he died to something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cadmus, when you were asking the lexicon questions, what did you ask it?
trying to remember exactly what I asked.
Since we have time, take time to compile
I-
information.
I asked about the existence of, well, not the existence so much, but the location of one of the people that we were with, and
Ooh.
they happened. What was their name again? Lagon?
Yeah, but you were communicating with one of the catalogs. You were not communicating.
Oh no,
with the
catalogs.
lexicon.
Oh no, yeah, with the
Yeah, sorry, the
lexicon itself.
catalog.
Oh, you did mean
Oh.
the catalog? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because
He asked the location of Matthias Lagon, and
Yeah,
they told
Matthias
you
Lagon.
that in the eastern chamber.
So that means that they are still alive in there, in the waking world, as
At
we're
least
so
in that
putting it.
instant.
At least in that instance, yes, of true.
Yes.
Oh no.
Are
We'll
you
have to
telling me that there
ask.
was a lexicon present where you entered the memory?
Yes.
Yes.
You may be able to use the lexicon for defense.
How?
It records information. Information can often include spells that it can recant.
Hmm. I see.
How do we activate this? Or learn it?
You see her think for a moment, as if wondering whether to share these secrets with you. She shakes her head. Have you a book?
Many.
Write this down. Then she begins to speak in ancient Elvish. Which is a bit of a problem for you. When you
Yep.
when you don't immediately write.
Am I able to take down
See.
lettering?
You don't even know the runes. Here. And she will immediately then, with her spirit, write upon the cobblestones. And you will be able to copy it. She gives you 2 spells. This one is to defend yourself. And this one is if you need to harm someone else.
What spells are they?
She's not telling you.
None of us, I
You
think,
don't-
will have a fucking clue.
I don't think you'll even comprehend what they're doing.
However, the lexicon was able to translate into other languages.
But we can't use this one, so...
No. Once we get back, we can use it.
How do we spell?
Zas, you probably know enough about ancient elven magic to know that it needs to be cast in the language it's written in. As does draconic magic, for example.
Velger, you got this. I believe
You
in
might be able to convert it to your language to understand what it does. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to cast it.
I'll spend the next 6 minutes studying this text.
I also know Elvish, if that means anything.
It does not.
No, not for ancient
no.
Elvish, no.
Ancient
Yeah,
Elvish
we
is
don't
moon elves
understand
only. They are not. They're distantly related to high elves, sun elves, wood elves, but not.
Well, can't she teach us how to like say it at
Oh,
least?
you. I don't think she would.
Well, I'll ask her. Let's see.
So then, how are we supposed to use this spell if we
You
can't
said
say it?
you said you were second-year students.
Well, I mean,
Why would we trust you with this level of magic? If the
Like,
lexicon,
I suppose anyway.
if you're protecting yourselves, then perhaps you might be able to get to my consciousness.
could destroy
Right.
the globe if
But
you don't help
unleash-
us.
Right now, we're your only hope.
Well, she's telling you that if you're touching the lexicon, you'll be able to cast this spell. What you won't be able to do is take it away from the lexicon. Right? I don't think she wants to unleash that magic into the world. In fact, my dice is telling me she does not want to unleash that magic into the world.
So you didn't actually give us any spells to use.
No, she's given you the ancient elvish writing that you can. That if you were to put that writing into the lexicon, it will cast that spell.
How is that going to help us if the dangers are not nowhere near the lexicon?
One problem at a time.
We have to go back now. Our friends are in trouble.
You're also running out of time.
All of our friends are here, Ziggy.
Matthias, you saw him in class, is a very incompetent wizard. We have to go help him now.
And on that beautiful note of Save Matthias Lagon, the new slogan of the campaign, yes, you will see a... How do I explain this? It's a little bit like a serpent, but it's bigger than the room. And it enters coming towards you with its mouth wide open. She turns to you. Goodbye for now. And as the jaws snap shut, the memory ends. And we will take a short break. Why, hello there. Welcome back to the Academy of Shar. And as the memory ends, we will change the scene, which I probably should have done while I was not here. But hey. And you return to this lovely ruined area, except you don't, because you all return to blackness.
Who?
As you all see just ahead of you the room with the lexicon in it.
Do we hear anything?
Screaming.
Ah, wonderful.
Always pleasant.
Coming
Love
from
it.
where?
You won't be able to work that out from where you are.
Yeah, I'll step out.
Oh, brilliant.
Wait, don't step out yet. Put the thing in to give us our defenses.
Well, we're in the fireplace at the moment.
You were told you'd have
Oh.
moments.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting out of
In
here.
the cognitive realm.
Oh, I thought we were already in the room. Never mind.
Okay, as you step into the room, roll your initiative, please. There'll be no hesitation there.
Ooh, National 2023.
Damn.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to have to use the other battle map. I think. Do I not have this? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Everybody's dead.
Yeah, so, let's do that. Oh, where the fuck did you come from? Go
I knew it. She was evil.
Yeah, so this is probably about right for where you guys are, but you are the wrong sizes, so let's just make you the size of areas. I'm not gonna use cover because there's no point So we're just going to ignore it. However, what I am going to do is put an additional down, which will be the lexicon itself. So if you wish to cast your spell, Zas, obviously you have the page, or Veltria, whichever one of you would have walked out with it. You just place the page in, and then after that you just you can just activate it as an action. Okay, so at this moment, your little friend, who you watch dies just outside the door. Bye-bye. And, yeah. Shortly afterwards, you see 4 enemies moving into the room. Sort of like
Into
that.
the small little room that we're in?
Yep.
Bro.
Yep. They are... Not only that, but they actually come in through the walls. Most of them. Because they're cool like that. You know, they like to show off. And because, frankly, it's easier for them sometimes. So, let me see whether I can do that now. Doop, doop. Doop, doop. And, yeah, I'm missing Zas and Develtria's initiative, please.
Natural 2023.
Nice.
21.
23, 21. I'll get those in a second. Already. Double queued. There we go. 23, 21. And we will begin with Zas. As you see these creatures floating in, tentacles coming from their face. You've read about these. You know what they are. You face the mind flayers.
What I'll do immediately, can I see through the doorway that they're coming through? Do I see,
The back wall is here. At the bottom of the map.
I'll just yell out, Hello, Matthias! If, like, I'll just leave that out there, see if I get any answer. And then I'll immediately turn to the lexicon and say, give it a shot. And I'll use my action to activate the defense, to give us the plus 50.
Yep, so
plus
that will
50
give you
HP.
plus 50 temp HP as you put in the defense spell. And it, you just hear in Draconic, programming, active. And then, yeah. So each of you will receive 50 temporary HP.
And I think you said it was
didn't
a
get
bonus
response to
action.
your shout.
Okay, great. I think you said it was a bonus action to reabsorb the slots.
Give me a
Okay,
Arcana
so
check, please.
I'll do that now.
Nice and
Nice.
easy.
22.
Yeah, that'll do it. So that's 3 spell slots you're regaining, yes?
Yep.
I put many lines through yours, Alora. Does that mean that you did it last session?
I did.
Cool. I've now put many lines through his asses. Whose name has ran off. I don't know why. I'm back. There we go. Yep. Does that conclude your turn, Zas? Oh, sorry. You would have had to walk over. So, yeah, we do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll move a bit more to the right. I think I maybe got two more spaces. Yeah, and I'm good.
Okay. Veltria, you're up.
I would have asked this. Can both effects be active at
Oh, yeah.
once?
100%.
Then I'm going to walk over to Zas, grab the paper.
He's left it in the book.
I'm going to touch
in
the
the
lexicon,
lexicon. Yeah.
and activate the damage.
Okay. Cool. You do so. Any bonus action from you?
Looking. Nope.
Okay. At this moment, I will need... Cadmus and Bartholomew to make a wisdom save, please.
With advantage now, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No. Enemy saving throws. Just a regular wisdom save.
Oh, wait, I thought you said we had advantage on
Nope.
thingies.
Nope.
Oh.
Advantage on attacks.
It's a 14
Right.
for me.
Well, I'll need to re-roll that one because I'm not sure whether that one's a 15 or a nat 20. I will go with 15, fuck it.
It doesn't matter. Either of those succeed. Josh, however, you do fail, so please roll a d10. Sorry, I'm telling you to roll a d10, but it's not actually your turn. You will roll. Hold that thought and tell me what it is when it gets your turn. Okay. Next up is E2. E2 is going to move up to here. And DC. I need a wisdom save, please.
It's magic.
Yes.
$18.
A success. Congratulations. Cadmus, you're up.
Right. Gonna reach into my adventuring or dungeoneering pack, whatever it was called again.
Mm-hmm.
That backpack we have. I'm gonna pull out a baton.
Yes.
And then I'm going to launch it at one of the fuckers.
Oh, okay. That makes
That's
sense.
a catapult.
Yep.
DC 14 dex save.
Who would you like to launch it at, sir?
From my current position, I should be able to launch it in a line so it will go through E1, E3, and maybe I could hit E4 as well? Or
Nope.
do you reckon I
Nope.
can't?
No, I reckon
Right,
you
so
can't. Not unless you want DC to make a deck save.
what if I move so I can put E2, E4, E1, and E3 all in a sort of line?
Like this?
Yeah, to about there. Go for a line shot. Yeah, all
What's
of
your
them
movement
need to make
speed?
decks. 20.
Okay. So we start with E2.
Jamal, when it hits one person, the
He
object
knows.
It
stops
stops,
moving.
yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, E2 failed.
Alright, so it's going to hit E2 then. Right, okay, well that settles that then. I was just hedging my bets and making sure I was going to hit at least one of them.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Damage, please. What be nice.
15.
Okay.
Is that doubled
Do we double it?
for the?
Okay, active effects. You have 50 temporary HP, and your chance to hit
Right.
enemy saving throws and hit attacks are at advantage or disadvantage, depending on which way you look at it.
Yep.
And all damage is doubled.
Right, so that will be 30 then. Right.
Cool. Nice hit.
Right, and that
Okay.
will be that.
Okay, E3 will look at Zas. Oh, he would like to look at Zas if I could click the fucker. E3 will look at Zas, and he will go. Whoop. And I don't know what the fuck I just clicked, but
What's
you
a-
will
what's a
need
foop?
you will need to make an intelligence saving throw. Sorry, my screen
17.
isn't quite big enough. 17 is a success. That is, yeah, that's all.
Okay, great.
Ziggy, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to look at E2 and cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
If I can find it.
You just hear a voice in your head from me too. Why me?
Alright, 21 a hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Might be
For 40 damage.
Nice. Good hit. Okay, he's injured. Does that conclude your turn?
As a bonus action, I'm just gonna look at him and squint my eyes, really pissed off. And then I'm done.
Very good. Okay, and that brings us to E4. E4 is going to sort of look over at you, and out of his eyes shoots a golden beam at Eveltria. Bartholomew. Sorry, I'm rolling a dice for this. And Cadmus. Eveltria, Bartholomew, Cadmus. I need each of you to roll a d6, please. We'll come to Eveltria first.
Is this an attack roll or
We don't know until you roll your dice.
6?
6. I need you to make a strength save, please.
Whew.
Okay. 17.
That is a success. Cadmus.
1.
1. Okay. That is a hit roll. That's a 20 to hit. That's not good, is it?
Can I silvery barbs that?
Yeah.
I do so.
That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, great.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was yeah. It's that is a whopping 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
And the third person was Zas, right?
No, it was me.
Oh, was it you? Lovely. Make a
Yeah,
roll a
I
d6
got
for
a
me.
3.
You got a 3? Okay.
Yeah.
I need an int save, please. Oh, that should be alright.
21.
Okay, you take half of 28 damage, which is 14 psychic damage.
Jeez.
Okay. Bartholomew, you're up.
I got a 2 on my roll.
Ah, yes. That's exciting, isn't it? I have that open in another window. A 2. You do not move or take actions this turn. You are confused, I'm afraid. You will, however, need to make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
That's a 15.
15 is a success. You are no longer confused. And we go back to the top of the initiative. Zas.
Question. It hasn't been. I'm assuming, but it hasn't been my turn since Velcha activated that ability.
Correct.
So then, do I still have the double?
You have
Currently?
double on damage, yes.
Okay, just checking. Just double
But
checking.
do remember that 10 HP, obviously
It's
it can
gone.
be renewed. No, it's not gone.
But it can be renewed.
Yeah, it can be renewed from now on.
Okay.
But it will take an action.
Okay. I want to move down my furthest movement. This way I'm lined up with E3 and E1. Keep going. On the far, keep going diagonally all the way down.
5, 10,
Yeah,
15,
10,
20,
15,
25,
20,
30.
25, 30. Yep, perfect. And I want to cast Agonash's Scorcher. If I angle it properly, I should be able to get E3, E1, and E4, I believe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's
Yep.
a 5 foot. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to Agonize the Scorcher. I'll do it at a second level. So, yeah, Dex save.
Yeah, I've just realized I'm not rolling to you guys. I am now rolling to you guys.
Okay. And I believe they have disadvantage on these as well.
They are being
Yep.
rolled to disadvantage. So that's E2.
Nice.
I don't know why I rolled an E2, but sure, that could be
No.
E3 instead.
Mhm.
And then E1.
What I'm looking at? What happened?
You look at the game log? I just made my dex save on E1. I think he might have succeeded.
Oh, yeah, he did.
That's with disadvantage, by the way. And that is... So I've got a 7, a 12, and a nat 20. All with disadvantage.
Okay. So
yeah,
that
E1
one's
is absolutely fine, but the others are skivvied.
okay. Great. So they take 26 damage, 26 fire damage,
Is that already doubled?
and yeah, that's already doubled.
Okay.
26 fire damage already doubled, and he takes 13.
Mm-hmm.
The one that succeeded.
Yep. Nice hit.
And that's gonna be me for now.
Okay.
I'll stay there.
Veltria, you're up.
Okay.
Bear in mind that for your turn, you will have the advantage.
Mhm.
But after that, it will expire.
But it can be cast again by somebody else.
Oh yeah, or by you. If they wish. If you wish. Whoever.
I'm gonna cast Shatter. It's a 10-foot radius. I don't think I can hit E2 and everybody else, so I'm gonna go for the 3.
Yeah, you can hit E4, E3, and E1. That's a con save, right?
Yep.
Well, that's a spiffing 6. That is an even more spiffing 6. And... a 7.
Nice. So, 30 thunder damage.
That's E4, E1, E3, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Just realized I made a mistake there.
I'm just gonna call out. Keep the spell going.
E4 is fairly wounded. And because of what you've just done, they didn't like that. I need a strength save, please.
Oh, what are the odds I roll above 15?
It's not a 15.
Bad.
It's a 17.
Yeah, well, it's a 9.
Okay, 30 feet. You go. 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Let's have a look.
This isn't a charm by chance.
No, it's telekinesis.
Okay.
You are
Great.
restrained in a telekinetic grip. And moved 30 feet towards him. Okay. Cool. E2 will go. And I need Ziggy to make an intelligence save, please.
It's 20.
Nothing happens. Cadmus, you're up. Cadmus, you're up.
Oh, my microphone was muted. Right, okay. So
This is
E2's
the
not
moment.
really getting much hate.
This is the
So-
moment where either your entire group hates you, or they like you. Go on.
What? Why?
Because currently the double damage advantage is not active.
Well,
think it
I
matters.
can't get to the thing to put it back on.
You haven't got 30 foot of movement speed?
No, I got fucking 20. I'm encumbered.
You're telling me you left all the things that you had on you that were capable of writing a note at home, and you're still encumbered?
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's all
because
to ignore
the,
you know they're
fucking-
coming anyway.
The fucking what's it called?
Is it
the
a free action to
engineering
drop
pack
your
is just-
backpack?
Is it?
It is. I
Jamal,
think it
you
is,
currently
actually.
have 2 backpacks equipped.
No, I don't.
Well, no,
The
you
other
have
one's-
2
the other
backpacks.
one's
One is not
untoggled.
equipped. Okay. So let me get this straight. You left your potions of healing and strength at home, but brought
No,
your crowbar?
that's meant to be in my actual pack. That was put in the wrong one.
Okay, but you bought your crowbar.
Yeah, I brought fucking. I brought
My
the
man.
engineering backpack.
My man brings a crowbar, leaves his healing potion at home. Let's go.
No, I didn't leave the potions at home. They were just accidentally put in the wrong bag. That was all.
Well, what are you doing then, Miss?
Well, I kind of can't get
No, you
back
can't
to
get back
go
there.
and do the thing.
Mhm.
But if dropping the backpack takes an entire action, doesn't
No,
it?
it's that's an object interaction.
Okay, well, I'll drop the backpack, head over to the thing, and
What a dude.
cast that shit.
Okay, any bonus action from you?
Do I look like I have a bonus action?
Pick up the backpack.
Well, telepathically from 20 foot away. Cool, brilliant. You could have had Misty Step. I don't know. Could have Misty stepped back to your bag.
No, I couldn't have had Misty Step. I couldn't learn it.
In general, one might have Misty Step. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, just because you're being a bitchy whiny shit, make an intelligence save.
Fantastic. That's an at 20.
Great, you're fine. Why are you making it with advantage?
Because the thing's active. That's advantage on saves, isn't it?
No, it's disadvantage on enemy saving throws. But never mind.
I
you rolled a
thought we
19
got
on the
advantage
first-
from it. I thought
No,
you said we got
there
advantage.
was never advantage on anything defensive. It's called an offensive spell. It doubles
Yeah,
your
but you said
damage,
advantage on
it
all
doubles your
rolls. Oh, you
attack
meant
rolls,
attack rolls?
and it
Right.
gives them disadvantage. I believe I even wrote the word attack rolls in the wonderfully concise
No, you
description I
didn't.
put in Academy of
You
Shar.
didn't. Right. You
Just
didn't.
mentions on all rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I did put advantage on all rolls. Yeah, okay,
Well, either way, without advantage, it's 25.
Yeah, I'll take it. Cool, Ziggy, you're up.
All right. E3 is E3 within 5 feet of E1?
No.
All
Each
right.
square is 5 feet.
Then I'm gonna cast. Cast. I'm gonna cast Ice Knife on E4
Mm-hmm.
at 2nd level.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nat 20. What's that?
Yep, that hits, obviously.
Was that quadrupled?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh,
So that is
16 damage.
16 damage, and then also it has how much more damage? It does 3d6 to everything within 5 feet. So E4 and E1 take 6d6.
I don't believe it does doubles damage to the same target. I don't think it does a 3d6 to the same target.
No, it does. It says, hit or miss, the shard explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6.
Dex save, right? That's
3D.
fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's a 13 dex save, which is kind of low, but they're disadvantaged.
That is a nat 1. And that's a nat 1.
Oh shit.
That is 36 damage to each.
E4 is dead.
Fantastic. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna try and wait. So when we re-get our spell slots back, we can't get second level spells back yet.
No, you get 2 first level spells back.
All right, then I'm done. My turn.
E4 is dead. Bartholomew, you're up.
I mean, I'd like to roll, but I have a cat in my dice tray.
Launch it. Launch it.
She likes to try and bat the dice as they roll as well. It's really sweet.
Oh.
Okay, does a 22 hit
Yep.
E2?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, like, the orb in my dragon mouth staff, like, starts glowing, and this, like, blue mist rises in the air, and this cackling witch appears, like, laughing maniacally, and just throws lightning over there, dealing... where's the dice?
What spell are you casting, please?
Witch bolt.
Thank you.
I thought that was obvious.
Nope, it could have been lightning bolt, lightning jolt, sparks that you
But I
created.
just smelled a witch!
Perhaps.
Dealing 22 lightning damage.
Cool. And that was on E2.
2.
We're spreading the damage as evenly as possible, guys. not usually my recommended combat tactic, but if that's what you're going for...
that here, I can every turn just not have to roll the
E4
hit.
is dead af. Yeah, cool. Zas, you're up.
Yeah, I will drop down my crystal, look through it, and as I do, I will touch the flask, killing off a few more of the bugs, and I will cast Entangle in between E1 and E3. They have to make a strength save.
E1 makes... actually, do they? They will both willingly fail that.
Interesting. Well, then I guess if they fail, they are restrained.
Sure.
And the area has become difficult terrain. As for that, is Avelcha still being held?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try and position myself in between Avelcha and E1 there. So just in case if he tries to pull her, I guess I get pulled as well. I'm going to try and forward face against it, but I'm not the strongest of lizard men. But that's what I'll try and do. Pretty much.
Hold on a second, sorry. I'm looking up my attack range. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, great. And I don't have any bonus actions, so that's going to be me for now.
Okay. Veltra, you're restrained, but you still have a turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna
you
grumble
also-
about
sorry.
the wizard who just got in the way of my cone spell.
Oh, sorry. Hit me. I don't care. Hit me. I have 50
will-
HP. Hit me. Do it. Do it.
Ah. I will just like put my hands on either side of Zas's shoulders and cast Burning Hands out.
What level do you get sculpt? Is it not 2?
Oh yeah, is that I have that thing, don't I?
I believe so. You just
All according to
yeah.
plan.
Just shoot it between
Haha.
his legs.
So basically, as you let this cone out, it will shape itself around Zaz.
Keikakudori.
He does still need to make a dex save.
He doesn't, but I do. Yeah?
He does. It's like evasion. He would take no damage on a success and half on a fail.
Oh, yeah.
For me, right? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 15.
So, I thought they automatically succeeded.
No, it's like evasion.
That's really weird.
15.
That does save.
No. I'm sorry, but that is definitely... The chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throws against the spell. And they take no damage if they would normally take half damage on a
Oh,
successful
yep,
save.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I only know this because I spent about 2.5 hours creating an evocation wizard with somebody last week. So I read things very carefully. Cool. The Mind Flayer failed spectacularly. Give us some deeps.
Both of them? It's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah. Both of them.
It's a 26 fire damage.
That is tolerable. Only one looks wounded. Okay. Does that conclude your turn? At the end of your turn, you must make a... Oh, no. Never mind. You don't have to do anything right now. That's the end. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Strength save, please.
Yep. Ooh, 17.
Nat 1. Okay, I'll put you down. Is that right? Is that how that works? Subsequent rounds, you can use your action to attempt to maintain your telekinesis. Yeah, cool. Okay, that's fine. That's him done. Okay, it's time to go a bit more violent.
That was the end of my turn, so I can't move. Okay.
Yeah, E2 will 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I need an in save from everybody, please.
Should I just assume everything's against magic?
No, this is not against magic.
Cool.
Got a
That's a
22.
20.
Did anybody get less than a 15?
No.
Oh, cool.
Cadmus?
Okay. Yeah, Cadmus has got a 19. So you got a 23. Josh, you rolled with a dice, I assume.
Yeah, I got a 22.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's fine. Cadmus, you're up.
Okay, 30 for the movement speed. Can I get next to Veltria on the right side of the thing, going diagonal, 6 squares? There.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, Zas. The curse of burnt cloaks might continue. I'm gonna breathe all over those.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it does mean Zas will need to make a dex save
And
as
that
well.
will also not be double damage, yeah?
It will not.
Well, why
Not a
would it?
spell.
It's not a spell.
He activated. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a spell anyway, and it will end at the end of your turn. So yeah.
17 deck save for me.
Okay. Yeah, that made it. So it will be half of my damage.
Now, 1... 12... What was the DC?
14.
And that 1. Those dice are real good. Yep.
Yep. So that's 12 fire damage.
Okay. Cool. And your turn?
Yeah, that'll be that for now.
Okay. E3 will ask you all to make an int save, please.
They may ask.
Was it 17?
18.
19.
23.
Cool.
20.
Nothing happens. DC, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna go over to the lexicon.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bonus action cast my chair. I'm gonna sit down and stick my hand in and set off the thing again.
Great. That concludes your turn.
Which are you casting?
I'm reactivating the
Offense. Yeah.
offensive.
Oh, offense. Okay.
Sorry, not E4. E4 is not here. E4 is dead. Okay. As you see 2 more Mind Flayers enter here. Bartholomew, it is your turn.
I'd like to move 30 foot south.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, cool. Does a where is my to hit? Does an 18 hit a 1?
Yep.
Then my witch has a new target. That deals as she throws another lightning bolt. 16 lightning damage.
Already doubled.
Yes.
Cool. Nice. That concludes your turn.
It does. Hopefully this enemy won't run away from me again.
Zas, you're up.
This is getting dire. We're running out of spells as well. Does anyone look particularly injured so far?
I think Cadmus is the only one I've damaged in any significant manner.
And even that's like
enemies.
scratched my temp.
Enemies.
Oh, enemies.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 are
Oh, they're
equally
all
damaged. They are all
equally
wounded,
damaged?
well wounded.
Okay. I'm
Wounded
going to
being, of
cast.
course, under 50% and severely wounded being under 25, so they are all wounded.
Yeah, wounded. Okay. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at E2, the first level.
Cool. Avec advantage.
Yes.
Yes.
19
Mm-hmm.
to hit.
And damage type.
This is going to be acid,
Cool.
and that is 32 points of
He'll
acid
die.
damage.
That's nice of him, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you very much for dying.
Yep.
And I guess my last thing is I don't have a bonus action. I don't have my bonus action to scream out and say, is Matthias had anybody?
Yes! Somebody hears. And, Zas, is that you?
Yes.
We're in trouble in here.
So are we.
I don't know how much longer Karina can hold.
Shit.
Who is that yelling?
That is Matthias yelling.
Are there any teachers still alive?
Well, he's just said he doesn't know how much longer Karina can hold.
I mean, other than Karina.
I think that's all the conversation I'm going to allow in 6 seconds, I'm afraid.
Understandable.
Cool. It's not time for a chat, love.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Because he is also
That's it for me.
engaged in a scary fight for his life, and he doesn't have a lexicon next to him.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Eveltria, you're up.
I'm just gonna call out, "Get in here if you can!" And I'm gonna move around to the left, like on the same level as E1, but like 3 squares away.
Evandria will reply, "No, you get in here, idiot!" 3 steps to the left, did you say? 3 steps to the left, did you say, Laura? I've lost my
Yeah,
counters.
to the left of E1.
I've lost my counters. There we are. Like that?
We can help you more in here! I'm going to cast Shatter again, between E3, E6, and E5.
Cool. Con save again?
Yeah.
1. That's a 15.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some different enemies here. They have a different con, so bear with me a second. Well, you fought one of them. You just killed it really quickly. So it's a 15, a 10, and a miserable failure.
So the 15 only takes 21, the others take 42.
Shitting Jesus, alright.
Good roll.
E3 is dead. The other 2 appear to have been, that is thunder damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Less damage than you would expect.
Question.
It's the weirdest condition resistance I've ever seen.
Since
Damage resistance I've
E3
ever seen. That's the only thing they're resistant to, I promise.
So, quick question. Since E3 and E1 were still locked in my tangle, when she... Oh, it's a shadow. Shadow's actually thunder. It's thunder damage, not lightning damage. Never mind. It's not lightning damage. But did my acid from my chromatic orb melt the entangle?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. If they cared about Entangle, they would have removed it.
Gotcha.
Actually, I'm gonna move a little more. I've already moved 5, 10, 15. Move me down toward the bottom at the same angle.
Like this?
No, to the left.
I
Like
have
as if I
no
kept going
idea
in a
what you want.
straight line.
I don't know where you started.
Down left 2.
Like that?
Yes.
There we go. Beautiful. Down and left 2 is very easy for me to do. Continue at the same angle is like, I can't remember where you came from. God, what do you think of me? One is going to ask Cadmus, Zas, Bartholomew, and DC to make intelligence saves. Somebody's going to fail one of these eventually.
Is that magic or no? Against
Nope.
magic or no?
Nope.
No.
It is a
That's an 8.
ability.
That's a 17.
17 is
Eight.
success. An 8? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got 10.
Ziggy and Zas. You take 20 psychic damage. And you are stunned
Oh,
for
no.
a minute.
Oh,
A
God.
minute!
You may make a save at the end of each of your turns.
Yeah. it's their scream.
Yep. That is the last of the screams, as they're now all on recharge. So we will start seeing recharges instead. Cadmus, you are up.
Right. So E5. I'm going to hit or attempt to hit with a spell.
Cool. That's usually what wizards do.
Yes. Rolling with advantage for the attack. Yes.
Yes.
At this point. That's a 19 to hit.
Double hit.
So that will be
30.
30 lightning damage,
Okay. He's chilling.
and that'll be that.
Alright. DC, you're up.
So I have to make another int save
Yep.
to become unstunned.
At the end of your turn. End of your turn. Yeah.
As a 17.
That's a success. You're no longer stunned.
That's my whole turn, though, right?
Yeah, it is your whole turn. And E5 is up.
The thing's down also, the offensive spell.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Zas. That is a 14,
It's a miss.
22,
That
and a
hits.
23 to hit you.
That hits, and I'm stunned, so I can't react. So yeah, those 2 hit.
Is that also an auto crit, or is that paralyzed? That's paralyzed.
I thought
No, it's
paralysis. Yeah, paralysis.
I think we've had this conversation many times.
45
forget.
damage.
45 down. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Never
thank
mind,
you.
never mind.
That's the response I wanted to hear. Bartholomew!
No, my wife came in with dinner.
Oh,
But
sorry,
yes,
no, sorry,
I think-
E6 first. Yeah,
Wait, what the fuck?
45 damage. E6.
Oh.
Cadmus.
Yeah.
That is a 21, a natural 20, and a 12 to hit you.
I will silvery barbs the nat 20.
That is actually unbelievable. It's still a
my
nat 20, I'm
gosh.
afraid. That is,
I'll take
that is
take 2 of those hits.
incredible.
I
Yeah.
forgot to say I'm down.
Oh, you're down? Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Cadmus, that is... Get out the way, dice! 18. Psychic.
Okay.
And 40 psychic.
40.
Yeah, you got a nat 20.
Fuck me. Okay.
I'd rather not. Got better things to do. Zas. Death
Jesus,
save.
that fucking hurt.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, no.
Oh,
I
my
apologize.
turn.
Bartholomew. Your turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's
Let the
because I
man
pressed
eat.
next by mistake before taking you 6's turn.
That is 12 lightning damage to E1 as the witch throws another
Have you doubled that?
lightning bolt. No, because the offense is
Okay,
down.
alright, cool. Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, he's severely wounded.
Cool. That's the end of my turn.
Zas, death save, please.
Nat 20, baby.
For 3. Sick. Veltria, you're up.
I'm going to move up. 1 up and 1 left from Zas.
Yep.
I'm going to cure wounds.
What? Sorry, say that again. You're
I'm going to cure wounds. Yes.
Is this this stupid thing again?
Yes.
Save it, baby.
Really should have said no to it. I really should have said no to it. Why has my wizard got cure wounds?
And that was a max roll, so that's 13 health.
Of course it is. Like,
yes.
why not? Like, just bring him up with cure wounds.
And then I'll take 5 more steps toward the lexicon.
Thank you, someone, for remembering what we're supposed to do.
I really didn't expect.
Sorry, 5 foot.
Oh. Yep. I really didn't expect anyone to not reactivate the temp HP one. But hey, is what it is. E1 is going to attempt its recharge. It's going to roll a 1, fail. And it is going to step up. No, it's not. I need a strength save from Cadmus, please. Cadmus, you alive?
Yeah, that's not
Okay,
one.
cool. So nat 1, very good. You're going for a walk. You're restrained.
Do I have any temp HP now? Did the thing get reactivated or did it not?
No,
yet.
he...
Right, that's right,
yeah,
okay.
nobody has reactivated it yet.
Oh, okay.
You may do so
So I
if you
need to
wish.
prevent
It's
it.
your turn, but you're restrained. So you must make a strength... Ooh, does that work like that? Bear with me a second, I've got to read this again. I don't know why I've opened it again. I had it open in the first place. Until the end of your next turn, the creature is restrained. You cannot make a save, so you cannot move.
Okay, well, which bolt's going to be hitting the same target?
Cool. Which target was that?
E5, right?
Okay. Damage?
Damage is another 24 lightning.
That's 12. You currently do not have the double damage up.
Oh, okay, right, 12. Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Cool. Ziggy, you're up.
Don't worry, guys. I will use one action to activate both spells.
No, you won't.
Well, he's saying that as a joke because everyone left him by himself.
Ah,
There.
yes. Okay, I see.
I'm gonna activate the health one.
Okay, so everybody who is currently alive will receive 50 temp HP.
On top of what we already have.
No,
it will. Any temp HP resets temp HP.
Everyone's up alive right now, right? Understand that?
Yes, yeah, you're all alive. So yeah,
Okay,
each
good.
of you 50 temp HP.
And then that is my turn because I'm still sitting. I've been sitting for a couple of rounds now.
Cool. Somebody will come
Just
to
enjoying,
you, don't worry.
just enjoying myself.
Okay, this is the turn of E5. Blah, blah, blah. Cadmus, Zas, and who is that? No, I need to reroll that. Cadmus, Zas, and can I stop rolling 5s? Is that okay? Cadmus, Zas, and DC. I need you all to make to roll a D6 for me, please. There's beams of light shoot out from E5.
5.
We come first to Zas. That's a 2, you said? I need a wisdom save, please. Cadmus, I need a con save. Ziggy, I need...
Roll the 1.
Yeah, I need to roll it to hit you. Ziggy, that's a 23 to hit you. Dealing... Holy shit, look at those dice. That is brutal. 32 psychic damage.
Damn, I was like, I went to Sylvie Barb's that, but never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not able to Silvery Barb's one aspect of it. I mean, maybe. Let's see what it gets instead. It's even higher. So it's fine. Don't worry about using a spell slot. Yeah, did either of you succeed? Either of you fail your saves?
I failed. I got a 10.
You got a 10.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Great. So Cadmus, you're stunned until the for a minute. You may repeat your saving throw at the end of your next turn. Constitution. And you failed your. Got a
Strength
2,
save.
right? Yours was strength save.
Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, sorry, it's a wisdom
Oh,
save.
wisdom save. Yeah, I was gonna say you're frightened for a minute of E5.
Okay.
Okay.
And I hate to be the guy, but if he's stunned, which bolt goes down?
Wait,
Yes.
does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stunned interrupts your concentration.
Oh, Cadmus. I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, it's concentration. Yeah.
Yeah. E6 is up. He's going to attempt to cut off a Veltria. A Veltria that is a 13, a 9, and a 9 to hit you.
No.
No, I didn't think so. But +6, it's kind of depressing. Bartholomew, you're up.
Okay, time for another witchy witch bolt.
Still just you, Matt. You enjoy it.
Oh, I love it.
That is an 8 lightning
I'm
damage
cool
to
with
you one as she cackles and throws one down.
You know it'd be 16 if you walked 30 foot to the machine.
Yeah, except I have to use an action for witch bolt and I have to use an action to
You
activate
don't have
the
to
thing.
use your action on Witch Bolt. You're choosing to.
No, I have. That's how you use it.
Yeah, but if you had have doubled it, then everybody else could be doing double damage. Imagine. Zas, you're up. Just saying. You can't move any closer to E5. Why you'd want to, I have no idea.
No, that's fine. What I'll do is I will step up a little bit. It's like I get away from anyway. I'll step up a little bit, just by 5 feet, and
Vertically?
I will. Yes, vertically. And I will cast.
Wait. E5's going to take an attack of opportunity on you. If you do that.
Because I'm frightened, I have to move away from him.
No, you don't. No,
I'm
you're just
frightened?
frightened. You just can't move closer.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking of fear. I think of fear or something like that.
Yeah. Are you moving away still?
No, I'm not. If that's the case.
Oh, cool.
What I'm gonna do is second level. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom on E5, E3, and E1.
Yep.
1 second. That is a con save,
Yeah.
and our double is down, is up. I
Double is
forget.
down. So
It's
that
down.
means
Okay, so
you
yeah.
roll straight.
Con saves 13.
5, 11.
Okay.
E5, E3, and E1.
Yes.
E3 gets a 17.
Okay. So all right. So wow, it's
Ooh.
piss poor damage. Yeah. So 6
Ironically, E1 is dead.
Oh yay!
I think you just saved Cadmus's life.
Yep,
Because
that's
he
why
was
I
about
did
to
it.
get his
So-
brain eaten.
Yeah. So on top of that, so yeah, they take 6 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
And
E3 is also dead. That was
Whee!
just yeah, that's really depressing. They had like 3 health and 4 health.
that's nice. And I'm gonna choose Cadmus. You can use a hit point die to get some health back.
Oh, yes, please. I'll do that.
It's such a beautiful spell, that.
It is. I love it. Strixhaven.
Evel Priar.
Okay. I don't really know how this works. I've had Eclipse like with me at my side.
Mm-hmm.
You can cast a touch spell through a familiar.
Yes. Permitted.
Would that include touching the lexicon?
No.
Okay.
That's
That's okay. That was
That's
the
been awesome.
yeah.
Unfortunately, your familiar does not have the brain power to process that.
That's okay. I'm going to move to the lexicon.
I think mine does.
Your familiar just looks at you with a bit of drool coming down its mouth.
That is a... Carry on, as you were. Over the lexicon.
And I will activate the damage buff.
Nice! Buff's active again. Imagine if we had done the whole fight like this. Cadmus, you're up!
Hey, I can actually do something.
Can you?
Uh,
you stunned?
well, I was, but that thing's been worn off, right? Because the thing's dead, right?
No.
Or
No, it's E5.
oh, well, okay, right.
You
Saving
may
throw
make
gets.
a Constitution saving throw.
Well, yep, that's 23.
Okay, you're no longer stunned. Ziggy, you're up.
I'm going to reactivate the health one again.
10 HP, 50 each. Nice.
There.
And that will bring us to E5. E5 will punch Zas in the head. I've decided to roll in D&D Beyond. That's an 18 to hit you.
Monkey punch.
I'll shield.
A 17 to hit you. Oh, your shield?
Block.
Okay, 17 to hit
Yeah.
Zas, to hit Cadmus.
Okay.
I'm going to react to that and
Can you
shield.
oh yeah, you're not stunned. Okay, that's fine. Cool, then he'll go back to Zas and he'll bite. That's a 22 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit?
Nope.
Well, that's depressing. That was a nice bit of damage. Cool. Bartholomew, you're up.
Cool.
No, I'm sorry. You said 22?
Yeah,
That does hit.
17. So
Okay.
piercing damage. Go on, Bartholomew.
Okay, so in the room, like the actual room, there's like a broken statue, right? Like the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, I'm gonna like levitate some of that and throw it over at E6. He needs to make a deck save. That's into disadvantage, remember?
Yep, that's a 19 and a 17, I'm afraid. Is it half damage?
I think so, yeah.
What is it? What are you casting? Catapult?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it just doesn't.
It just
Okay.
misses. Somebody over in the top right of the room is really got a duck, I guess. I'm afraid, is that your turn?
Yeah, I guess so.
Zas, you're up. E5 is severely wounded, E6 is kind of chilling.
He's really wounded.
E5 is, yeah.
Okay, so I'll take out the Wand of Magic Missiles and I'll hit him with a 4th level magic missile. Oh, he's severely wounded. Let's make it 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take. Okay, that's 5 darts. Seven. Oh, the 7. I take 17 points of force damage.
You've
Double?
rolled a 5d4. Have you doubled it?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that shit's on.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
it's 34. Okay, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
He wasn't dead to 17, that's why.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was, you were a couple of HP off, so that's good. Cool. Veltria, you're up.
Okay, so the only one still up is E6.
It was looking pretty chill, to be honest. I don't think anyone's hit him, except for one little tiny touch.
Well, doesn't matter, because I can't really do anything, so it's a firebolt. Which is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, for 20 fire damage.
Nice! That's pretty effective. Cadmus, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also gonna call out, get everybody in here!
Silence.
Right, I'm gonna
You're
get line of
dead.
sight real quick on E6 and go for a fireball. With advantage?
Yeah.
Or just regular
Yeah,
now?
with advantage. Oh, sorry, Veltria, was it you that activated the double damage last turn?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, sorry, so that's a 25 to hit.
25, yep.
Yep.
And that's, 20 damage.
10 damage. It's not doubled because Veltria activated it last time, sorry.
Ah.
We just caught that at the end there. Cool, 10 damage. DC, you're up.
I'm gonna reactivate the offensive.
Nice. Good man, DC. And
Still sitting.
For being annoying, E6 will go up to Bartholomew. Bartholomew, that is a 16, a 20, and a 7 to hit you.
I'm gonna use my reaction to summon a giant metal shield in front of me, and none of those hit.
Cool. And it's your turn.
Great. So what's gonna happen is that like a giant top hat like appears over me, swallows my body, and I'm gonna misty step 30 feet upwards, and then like the hat reappears, and as it goes up, I appear.
Yep. Action.
That's a bonus action.
Yeah, what is your action?
And so he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
What are you casting?
Mind Sliver.
Okay. That was that's a choice. That's a 19.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
Cool. Wait a second. I'm pretty sure it's Zas that's up. Oh, thank you. I'm in the middle of doing that. Yep. Zas, your turn. You're muted. I wasn't looking at the screen, sorry.
Oh yeah, so I'll focus on my crystal and I will cast Chromatic Orb as I look through it.
Nice.
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 He reactivate the offense, so it's advantage.
Who did? Oh yeah.
Ziggy reactivated it. Okay, that's 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he take 18 points of acid damage.
Yep. Fantastic. He's severely wounded. Veltra, you're up.
I'm going to firebolt again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, with a nat 20.
Nice.
Hey.
These advantages are racking up.
Not a bad roll, so 28.
He's dead. And as he dies, that concludes the battle.
I'm going to immediately move to the other side of the room to the door to look out.
Before you do that, I'm reactivating everyone to get their temp health back up in case we fight again.
That is very sensible. Bear with me a second, please. I know it's here somewhere. That's what I'm looking for. Where does this one come from and why is it present? Fuck off. There we go. Okay. So many things. Okay. As the battle ends, you hear an eerie silence.
I am running to look for injured party members.
As you step out here,
I'll go with her.
you see Bryson. His eyes are white. He has half his face missing.
What?
He walks towards you.
White is in the position that he had before.
Yes. He's possessed, but he's also looking great. You can see his skeleton under his face.
Shoot. Do I see anybody else?
No one.
Is he sort of
he
like
about to
shambling?
become a Batman villain?
He's literally just mindlessly walking, and he doesn't pay you any mind.
I'm ignoring him and going around.
Okay, and you race into this room.
Yeah, I'll follow. As well as
Yeah,
as I'm going
following.
past, if there's any rubble around, I'd like to grab and cast light on it and start throwing it in between corridors. To just give us like peripheral vision to see if anyone, and also follow the light if anyone is left alive. Anybody.
You see a couple of other animated minions of some sort, but these are skeletons and such. But they also shamble mindlessly past you. They have a goal. And as you enter into this room, you see a mind flayer that stands almost 18 foot tall. It also has bones as much as it has tentacles. It is undead. As you look at it, you realize that it's some kind of lich, because behind it are two mind flayers, also undead, that it appears to be controlling. But this won't take much of your attention, because instead what you see in the corner of the room is a globe of silver light. And with their hands up and their staves in their other hands, Elgon and Karina are holding this in place. You'll see that there is a battle mage's corpse upon the floor. But the third battle mage, one died outside that room. The third one is inside, and he seems to be tending to Heta. Heta and both the Lagon siblings are alive inside this circle. Standing at the very back, and with her arms sort of spread out in front of her, is Cassandra. And a strange pink light is going from her into the two teachers. As she sees you, she sort of motions with her head. Quietly make your way in. You are looking at the back of the Mind Flayer Lich, by the way.
I'm just gonna cast this quick message to those who are coming up behind us. Assuming, is everybody heading this way?
I'm ruling that you are all in this place. All in that spot. I just had you go as a group.
Just a quietly make our way in.
As you get in, you notice that this lich is engaged in a contest of wills. It pays you no mind. What do you do?
Try to get into the bubble.
Is that what you all wish to do?
Gildan's body is there, right? It's a Gildan, I believe his name is.
The battle mage?
Yes.
He's the one that's alive inside.
Hmm.
There is another battle mage's body on the floor. But you didn't catch his name.
Hmm. Do I see anything that could be of use to any of the teachers or us here on him, on his body?
An arcane focus and a potion you don't recognize.
Hmm. Let's see.
So there's two mind flayers and a lich, and we're behind them.
Yeah, the lich is also a mind flayer. And it appears to be in a contest of wills with the teachers, you would guess. The two mind flayers to its side are inactive, if you like. They seem to just be like, their heads are drooped down, they've got white eyes, they're definitely animated, but they appear to not currently be being controlled. Perhaps what he's doing is taking up all his concentration.
Perhaps we can distract him, give the teachers an advantage.
Maybe we could. Oh, we can't. We can't.
As
We
you
can't
say
talk
that,
to
you
each
get
other.
a nod from the... or are you not saying that out loud?
No, I am saying it out loud,
Yeah.
so everyone can hear me. Yeah.
You get a nod from one of the teachers, from Elgon.
I'm going to down my potion of mana.
Sick.
I'm gonna bring restore 3 spell slots from my staff.
Okay. I don't need an Arcana check for that if you're out of battle anymore.
Cool.
Am I able to restore my spell slots as well from my thing?
Yeah, Matt, you as well?
I
you didn't spend any
used
because
any
you were
personal.
too busy poking a lexicon.
No, I'm good to go.
Good times. Okay. How were you attempting to distract him?
How many spell slots do I get back?
2, 3 for Josh.
I have an idea.
I got 3, yeah.
Yeah, I just said that.
I've got an idea as well.
Okay, well, go on then. How would you like to...
How bright is light when you cast light? Like how bright
Not
is
bright enough.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
it? So like if I cast light on an object and literally held it in its face, it wouldn't like blind it like momentarily.
His eyes
18
are
foot
closed.
up.
Oh, never mind.
And
What I
he's
just
18
said.
foot in the air, yeah. And you are about 2.5 foot tall.
I can jump pretty high.
Okay, any other ideas?
I have an idea.
Yep, go on, Cadmus.
Do we have any water kicking around in this place?
You have a water skin.
I could shape some water, get the water above the thing's head, and drop it on his head, and that should be a bit of a shock.
Actually, I was wondering, there is, like right above it is just mostly like, just rocks and stuff that can cave in on them.
That would work too. That'd
Exactly.
work better.
Maybe we can cave in on them.
Okay,
Maybe we
cool.
should kill the 2 mind flayers before they come back.
That's also a thought.
Please bear in mind this is a time-sensitive situation.
Okay, I'm
Do
gonna.
it.
Go on, Bartholomew.
I'm gonna mana conjuration a 10-pound cannonball in my hand, and I'm going to catapult that to the rubble above the guy to bring it
Wait,
down.
10 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can catapult that much?
I'll allow it. I don't know the technicalities, but I'm fine with it. Because all you need to do is distract him. As soon as he drops his concentration on what is going on, the mind flayers come up, but nobody reacts quicker than Karina. She will misty step into the middle of all of you. And she pulls you all close together. And seconds later, you will reappear in the Academy of Shar. About 12 foot to your right, Elgon, surrounded by the battle mage and the students, reappear in the academy. There was no fighting.
Why
that.
did you teleport us?
There was no fighting that.
We had to save Mystaya Aramane's memories. We had to kill it.
There was no fighting
Is Bryson with us?
that. She'll collapse on the floor.
I will cure wounds immediately, even though she might not wake
Yeah,
up.
it's not going to do anything, but it will be nice of you.
Bryson's a girl.
Cassandra turns
No,
around.
Bryson's a boy.
Cassandra turns around to you all, and Bryson, we lost him. He couldn't get into the cycle.
What the hell
What, so
happened?
we just left him?
He was
He
gone.
was used against us. He was animated as some sort of undead being. I don't think you realize how long they fought. There were so many of them. Mind flayers. Undeads. The battle mage, he gave his life to try and kill some of them.
Why the hell were there so many?
Eventually Elgon will get over to you all. Come on, students. Back to the hall. And he will raise a disc and put Karina on it. And as he goes, we can talk about this tomorrow. But I must rest. And at this moment, he sends a message ahead, and shortly afterwards, our little dwarf friend comes out. Where are you, dwarf friend? Dwarf friend. Okay. Your dwarf friend comes out, and come with me. All of you. Come to my offices. Go. Just to Elgon. Somebody's coming for Karina. And Karina and Elgon move off towards the main academy. And Gallus will take you to the office, where he will ask you for a full recounting of everything you've seen, heard, done. And he tells you that immediately a large contingency of Academy battle mages are headed to the ruins, Thracial ruins, to try and recover the lost student and to protect the information there and the lexicon from the mind flayers. But the teacher's priorities was to protect the students. So,
Okay, I'm a little less angry now.
You failed at that.
well,
We
I
need to go
understand
back.
that you cannot go back with students. What they fought was from Karina's message that she sent us was some sort of lich, a mind flare lich that is beyond any of us. Single-handedly, you can't go back as students. But
we
he
have
will
to.
ask your tale, and when you tell him about Miss Dahlia Aramanes, he will say, or rather, I'm assuming Nastantia, which is who you're looking to save.
Mm-hmm.
He will say to you, I will keep this between us. And I will tell the headmaster. I will do everything I can that if we manage to clear Thracial ruins, you may all return there. But for now, we must leave it to the battle mages. However, this information you've told me about the lexicon, do you still have your book? He looks to Zaz.
Yes, master.
I must make a copy of this and hand it to them. Could be the difference between them making it back alive. Or not. And he will take a copy.
Yeah.
As he looks at it, this is in ancient Elvish. No one can read this. How did you write it down?
We met somebody.
We're very smart.
Yes, you are. You survived this ordeal.
That is not
Right.
exactly accurate.
When Karina sent her message, she said that you were all lost. I'm glad to see it is not so. I would assume that your divination lessons may be cancelled for the forthcoming weeks. Please, I know it will be difficult, but try not to tell any other students about this.
Understood.
The Lagon house, you may share all your information with.
Do we even
Bryerson's
talk to
dead.
anyone in any other house? I swear we don't even interact with them.
The princess? As an example?
Well, yeah, but that was only because we were all going to the same place to get Arcane Focus.
Perhaps, but there are other opportunities, such as at sports.
Mm.
And he will
How
tell
can-
you
how-
that the inter-house sporting event will take place next week. Other
How
students
can
will
we-
not know. Sorry, go on, Valtria.
How can we be expected to not say anything when Brierson is dead?
It is what they ask of us, Veltrio.
He's dead,
I
Zaz.
understand.
He looks at you. The information that you found out. The Mind Flayers clearly wanted the prize, right? The lexicon. Perhaps other magics. What if it wasn't only the Mind Flayers trying to get it? It would be like some sort of hellish race.
So then what? Whoopsie daisy, he's not coming back to class.
Do not make light of the loss of a student. We will
I'm
not
not.
do so either.
What do you want us to say if we're not going to say what actually happened?
We don't know.
He was lost to the undead in the expedition. The only thing I don't wish you to tell them is of this memory, of this information, and of a lexicon.
Is that what we are as students? Just collateral damage?
No one expected this to be a dangerous mission. We knew there were minor undead present, but they were easily handled.
What happens if I talk about this? I'm not good at secrets.
Information will get out eventually, but we'd like to keep the race for saving this Nastancha's life as a priority where we are ahead. If you care to save this moon elf and her memories, then we'll do well not to talk about it. In the meantime, you've done well. Tomorrow, see the quartermaster. Retrieve anything else you need.
Master,
Take your rest. Yes, yes.
before I do, is there any way of... I know it's a dead language. There's no way I could learn Ancient Elvish, is there?
Scholars have been trying for millennia. I will gladly put you in touch with the foremost scholar on the topic. She's coming to visit next week. She is based at the Mages Guild in Lorvallen. But she has made some progress on their alphabet. They believe that up to 8 letters have been identified.
Understood.
Anyway, that is an issue for another day. The Interhouse tournament will take place on Saturday. We cannot let this cause us to stop the good things. But in the meantime, please take your rest. And level up.
Good day.
Hey, 2 levels?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, without the
Where's
really
Hedda?
powerful spells, we would have been screwed.
Well, really, I mean, I'm not going to throw a CR8 monster, 4 of them, against a party of level 2s without a severe
More
amount
like
of help.
6 of them.
No, I only threw 4 of them. You were doing too well, so I threw another 2 for the hell of it.
Oh,
Because you all succeeded your in saves over and over again. I was like, this is boring.
Well,
Send
yeah,
some
we've got
motherfuckers at them.
we've got our in saves are like our best fucking saves. Of
By the
course.
way, you guys, like, can we go back? Can we fight this thing? The Mind Flayer Demi-Lich, I believe, is a CR26 monster. You probably shouldn't go back and fight that right now.
Yeah.
I don't
the
need to go
thought.
back and fight it. We need to go back and do the other stuff.
Yeah, he'll just let you carry on with it, as you were.
Yeah.
But Bryson, I will tell you, is lost. We will not be seeing any more of him. Which is good, because his accent drove me nuts.
Good for you, not good for us.
Well. Anyway, that will bring us to the end of today's episode, and I will come to our MVPs. Let's go in reverse order. Allura.
Oh, darn. So used to everybody getting to go first. It's not fair.
Responsibilities. Pressure.
I mean, I like the image of all of us standing around quietly trying to decide what the heck do we do. Katrina's just like in the ball going, oh my gosh, guys, just come up with something.
We're still like, what the fuck?
I love the idea of all these people like on the edge of death, and you're just like, should we drop a rock or throw some water? Like, what's the plan? Yeah, I'll go with that. Kira?
I fucking love mind flayers. They're like one of my favorite enemies, besides like beholders. So when there's like mind flayer, I'm like, that was instant MVP for me. I'm like, yes, suck brains, eat them.
Yeah,
I fucking love mind flayers.
Mind flayers are incredibly portrayed in R.A. Salvatore's Legends of Drizzt books, which are all in the Forgotten Realms, based on D&D. And if you've read those, like the portrayal of these, like, they have these massive slave communities and stuff. I just think it's so interesting, and they all these slaves massage the brain, and it's really cool. So yeah, I agree. I think mind flayers are really cool.
I love mind flayers.
Going backwards, Matt.
I'm giving my MVP to the entire memory part of the session because that was like I feel like that was one of the coolest lore sessions we've had.
Oh, thank you.
At all.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed all that. Thought it was really cool.
Great. Josh?
So a little mini one is like having Bryson dead and stuff. I was so angry, but I didn't want Maverick to bleed through. So it was really nice having Eveltra be like, "This is bullshit." But my actual MVP is in the middle of combat, Eveltra trying to barter for help from the outside whilst we're fighting.
I'm also trying to get them in so they can get some darn temp HP.
Yeah, I got it, but there was no way they were ever, because full reference, they've been in that ball since you went into the memory. And you will one day get that spell, maybe, if we get to that level. And you'll understand why they were able to stay where they were.
I got some questions for Cassandra.
Yeah. I would have too. But yeah, that's Josh. Jamal.
DC being a surprise genius and just figuring everything out.
When he said this, you know, in the Sherlock films, you see the moments of like all the like calculations of everything that's about to happen. That's what I was seeing come out of Matt's head. It was just like reaching into the future. Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant one. I give my MVP to Jamal's backpack. That's all.
He left his potion.
It's so not coming back with him, is it?
What
the backpack you left on the floor as a free action and never picked up again? Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay, I'll just delete that then.
Yeah, and everything in it. Cool. No, that was that's why I said go to the quartermaster the following day. So don't bother deleting it. Just replenish. But I just thought it was funny that it was just like, you can drop your backpack as a free action when everybody else is dealing with like, oh god, there's fireballs and catapults, and he's like, my bag's really heavy. It's just like, this guy's got 18 strength or something stupid, right? Oh dear.
15 strength
15
and it's still
strength,
too fucking
and it's
heavy.
still too
Yeah, apparently
fat,
I'm still encumbered.
It's pathetic. Regardless, please level up. You will each be able to choose one spell from your spell school, and I think that's it. You only get one spell slot, right, for level 3 at the moment? One spell
We
slot?
get
2 new spells.
2. Brilliant.
Technically.
That's what I thought. So 1 from your spell school, and 1 free choice. There are, however, 4 banned spells that you cannot take at level 3. These are access to level 2 spells, sorry, right? Level 3 spells? No.
Level 2.
It's just level 2 spells. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you may take 1 more spell of your choice. That's all. Just 1 more spell of your choice.
Only one.
Oh, I get a cantrip as well.
One
Doesn't
more
have
spell
to
of your
be in our
choice.
school. Just
Doesn't
one.
have to be in your school, just 1 of your choice. And you may take 1 cantrip of your choice. I think you all get a new cantrip now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
I was giving you the rules for leveling up to level 4, which we will do soon. Next week, we will be playing the house games, the inter-house competition.
I have a question as well about
yeah.
leveling up real quick.
Uh-huh.
So I get access to ASIs and shit. Do
you
I
don't.
take ASIs feats or no?
Why are you getting ASIs?
We are
that
leveling
level
up to
up-
level
level
4.
4.
You are leveling up to level 4, aren't you? But you don't get level 3 spells, because I'm weird. That is a good...
You know you wanna. Go on.
Well, I will say take stats unless there's an ASI feat you specifically want that you think you can make a good case for. If that is the case, send me a message. If you try and get Meta Magic Adept, I will tell you to jump off a bridge.
Oh man!
Okay? Good. But I can see certain things, like for example, perhaps a Veltria might want the elemental adept fire, for example. So certain ones I can understand, but it needs to be tied to your background or your character. Otherwise, take stats, please. Cool. And with that, we shall end our session. Thank you very much to those of you who watched. Thank you very much to my players. If you guys would like to say goodbye.
Catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Peace.
See you all soon. Kira, too busy reading his spell.